Hello and welcome back. Today we are going to be continuing here as Morocco. Morocco has been a bit of a rough start. Hey, SFJ. Morocco has been a bit of a rough start. It was a lot rougher than I thought it was. In my mind, like, the North African countries are just way, way, way better than kind of these other countries that are sub-Saharan in regards to, like, tech and start and this type of stuff, and while our tech is, like, a little bit better, at game start, I suppose, because, I mean, we didn't start with urban planning, which I was shocked to see, and we didn't start with academia, and lack of both of these at game starts really slows you down, because when we were getting kind of construction rolling, we still haven't been able to employ up our buildings, and there's a qualifications issue because we have plenty of peasants to be able to do this, and it's not like we are having qualifications issues because we're on serfdom, because we're in fact on homesteading. Hey, on Tom, how's it going? It's just been difficult, which is, maybe we should play more of these backward starts so we just understand them better, the like starting on like 9 literacy or whatever really hurts the qualifications. We're bringing the literacy up. This also has the effect of bringing our tech spread up quite a bit, where you see here our tech spread is 36, if we take a look at the base value of the literacy, roughly, what is this, 4/9, so like 44% of our literacy is in fact coming from our tech spread is in fact coming from literacy, and 25 is coming from base. And so not only is it like a big deal, the really low literacy start like a big deal because it changes your tech cap. When you are a really poor small country or start, it's going to make a big deal because literacy is going to inform a majority, or not a majority, well, soon a majority of your tech spread. And so, once we get this a little bit higher, it will be a majority of our tech spread. So, we desperately, we want to increase our literacy. Academia helps in this regard because it gives you wealth-based education access, but in particular, this is important for getting the qualifications on the guys who have 1.5, kind of base wages. This, like, really helps them out a lot. Because they will have a decent amount of wealth. Taking a look at the wealth level of these guys, their standard of living is 15.9. I don't think we have any SOL modifiers, so that's their wealth level. And getting 7.5% literacy on these guys helps out quite a bit for bringing them up. Generalist learns Africa is hard to real. I haven't played Morocco before. I played Tunis, but it's been forever. I think Tunis starts out in a similar boat. We're going to have to release Algeria at some point from France, but we also are a subject of Russia here. And we did a bit of a no-no, which we became a subject on laissez-faire, and then we had to swap back. And in the interim, a lot of the buildings we had built got purchased. So you see a lot of our ownership is foreign. But now that we're on interventionism, he can't buy our buildings. But it also means all the buildings we'll be building ourselves will hemorrhage quite a bit of value as long as we are a Russian subject. But I still think we might hide behind Russia's skirts for a little while until we get stuff like skirmish infantry and an ability to kind of stand on our own 2 feet. Because even our economy slowed down. I mean, there's some advantages. Russia will commit a non-zero amount of money. This stuff we like. When Russia is building in our country, we like that. It's just when they are buying stuff that we have built, we hate that. So, yeah. Hey, Ultraweed. Hey, Kidness. How's it going? So, we will be off on our way, and we are kind of building our first few universities, which are going to be kind of nice for qualifications reasons, but we're building like 5 or 6 universities, really because we have a bunch of buildings that can't employ up, and so we're hoping that they can employ up, but this may be a little bit too aggressive. I think it's probably too aggressive, but we're kind of already there. We have an investment pool that's growing and is quite large, so I think we're going to actually just completely stop construction, stop active construction once we finish these unis, and that's going to be, or once the unis in the port. And then we will just let the auto queue take over. We'll let Jesus take the wheel. And we hope that it just doesn't drive us crazy. Jesus is driving the loud car outside, actually. But this is going to give the first, I was actually shocked at how quickly they employed universities up. I think they've actually changed this recently, because I don't remember universities employing up anywhere near this fast. And it was always a frustrating thing, but they are going to give 10% qualifications. They will give 15% under philosophy department, so that's maybe a direction we could go, and is fact, I guess, what we were planning on going, and also giving this 0.5 wealth education access and unlocking public schools, which we would rather be on public schools. So this is kind of what we're going to be doing. Surely this is not our most legitimate government. Surely this is much better. So, I don't think, we can abdicate. Fortunately, we have an heir. It's always funny, because, usually when you abdicate, you're abdicating to a revolution and imposing their things, so the fact that you have an heir, is kind of irrelevant, but, if you are a monarchy, because you're changing off of monarchy. But you're only changing off of monarchy if you click particular buttons. Recently saw this Discord. Apparently, radicals from SOL changes are lowered in the first 2 years. Did you know this? Wait, what? Apparently, radicals from SOL changes are lowered in the first 2 years. Learning this really changed my playstyle to start on max taxes. I was not aware of that. Where is this? Did people post a reference for this? Just for the first 2 years? I mean, it makes sense because, for a quality of life thing, because, like, a lot of people are doomed to have, like, a SOL, like, spiral drop at the start, just because their condition's not, like, perfectly balanced, but, being this much in debt as a regional seems really risky. Yeah, we have 1.2 million in the investment pool, and as soon as we finish these 2 government buildings, we're gonna stop actively constructing anything. We're just like we have buildings that can't employ up because of qualifications issues, and we're trying to build universities to help solve this problem. And so this is like a frictional level of spending that we're not planning on maintaining for an extended period of time. So, Herat and Kandahar. We're not gonna get too crazy with the yo-yo sways there. I mean, maybe there's something we could do, but I don't think we're particularly close because we're not particularly powerful. We just have some line infantry. We should be going after someone though. Whoa. Gaza just built so much military. What the hell? That's not normal. That's really not normal. We did want to go after some of these guys. Do you have a really small army? These guys are... The problem is they're an Egyptian subject. Not sure we could land them. We do want to have a foothold there, though. Or native interest. I think we actually kind of want to map paint a little bit. And by that I mean, like, just control, like, all this. Which is going to involve us, you know, actually caring what the map looks like. You hate to see it. I guess we don't believe in cannons either. Alright, where are you guys from? Yemeni. So let's merge you with the Arabia army. I know we like, those guys still support wealth voting. Alright, we'll gain 1 setback. bad. Hopefully no one joins against us. We were thinking of going for Mascara. We still might go for Mascara here. I suppose if we have Russia defending us, we probably can handle Mascara. My understanding is this is bad for us either way, because it's revolutionary. I think it +10s it either way. It's kind of bad. This will give -5 to the support. Yeah. It'll make the landowners weaker. We might have to suppress the landlords. Okay, so let's make a little bit of an adjustment here. With the hopes that we are not going to rev off this. Oh, we really want to stop constructing right now. This is going to be really kind of a painful... It's gonna retreat next time, but we're trying to attack their cloud a little bit. We have to probably actually like read those things carefully. Now with Shewa actually might be super annoying because we actually can't get to Shewa, but I think that this 33 stack might defend against naval landings because it is in the correct strategic region. I hope it doesn't. If it does, I think we just kind of lose this. Or I don't think there's a good way for us to get in here. But I guess we're going to find out how that works. We're going to find out together. Can you do any Kicha to the Incan Empire run? It's the only nation that can form Incans. I can't break free from Peru in your runs. Well, we're gonna play as a, we're gonna do like a run as Finland. And Finland is like, I feel like they're kind of similar and like, or like playing a subject that's small and like doesn't start out in a good position is like kind of similar as playing a subject that's small and doesn't start out in a good position, but also a lot of these like more niche runs like also tend not to do as well on YouTube. We see Peru Bolivia is already formed, but I wonder if he will actually be able to unite North Africa. I mean, once we get rolling, like, it still doesn't feel like we're rolling very well. A big, like, part of it is, like, we lost all of our buildings to Russia, but eventually we're gonna just rake our buildings back from Russia before we go back to laissez-faire. So we should be in okay shape, and it does appear that we do not have to fight this army, which is fortunate. If we had to fight that army, that would have been really, really bad for us. My leg keeps itching. But we don't. Wow, 50% progress per... Alright. Not that this land is particularly valuable, but this does give us a diplomatic interest in the region. I think we want to have an interest in every single one of these. Is Congo landable for us? Do they not believe in military? I guess they don't. So maybe we go after Congo next. And us attacking the clout of the landowners does appear to be working out for us. What's going on with you? That's going to be good and bad for us. It's going to be good because it's easier to expand here. I think Ottomans is actually going to succeed Tins and Matt. How do you build fleets so quick? A lot of these fleets, a lot of these boats are not fully employed. If you put a boat in a place that has no boats, what will happen is it will add to the fleet number. If you stack all the boats in one place and you have qualifications issue, they'll like never employ up. Papaya has said it's apparently in the defines. Well, I trust Papaya, so I just played a Krakow run. I don't think it's super RNG. I don't think it's hard. It's just super RNG reliant. Yeah, it's less RNG reliant than it used to be, but also like I also don't want to do a run on YouTube that I don't think is like replicable, and so the more RNG reliant something is, like kind of the less I like to do it as well. Another thing I've started recently doing is going minimum gov wages. The penalties really aren't that bad. You know, I've been thinking about this. I probably should do it more often than I currently do. I think that a lot of the penalties are not as much bad as they are like kind of more subtle. This will make this will lower your literacy, and it'll make your country more regressive as well, which is a little bit harder to quantify, but it still might just be worth. The thing is like the people who really suffer the most from this, most of your employees as the government are laborers in the construction sectors. The majority of your employees are construction sector employees. If we take a look who's employed here, we will have to do math because they got split into infinity. If we take a look here, we could actually see, so all these pops, these are like groups of pops that we would prefer not to extract money from just in principle. But it still might be worth it because you can add more construction sectors if you lower government spending, but in principle, you don't really want to extract money from laborers because they will be most negatively affected in terms of their SOL, and the laborers, and also to a much greater extent the machinists, will help for making the trade unions powerful. And then we also have the clerks and the bureaucrats. I think if we take a look at the pops, let's find ourselves some clerks. The clerks will support kind of interest groups that are not like terrible, intelligence and petite bourgeoisie, and then same with the not the shopkeepers. Bureaucrats will support more the intelligentsia, generally speaking, and so when we lower how much money they're getting, it gets harder for these interest groups to be a little bit more powerful. What we would prefer, the people who we would prefer to extract as much money from as possible from, are people with a much higher wage multiplier. The wage multiplier, I think on bureaucrats is actually 4, if I recall correctly. I think it's actually high. Clerks is like not as high as bureaucrats, which is why they're intelligentsia instead, because they're getting more money. But we would rather extract money from, you know, capitalists and aristocrats, just like in principle. So like, the problem is this is targeting the wrong people's wages. This is targeting the right people's wages, right? So it's a little similar to running a tax on alcohol, in terms of how it affects things in the long run. But we're also taxing alcohol right now because it's giving us quite a bit of money. And we're also like spiraling right now, so maybe it's worth it. I do think it is linear the way it decreases, but it is going to negatively affect our political situation. We could maybe just not build this last university in Fez. Oh, and then we're building naval bases. Let's not build the naval bases. Let's just build the uni. And let the autocue take the wheel on the rest. Heavy-handedness, that's true. By the I still think I'm saying I still think I underdo it, but I'm saying that the penalties for it are a little bit more subtle. I think like the reverse is also true. So like, if I think that paying them more money because it's better for them to have money is good, I should probably be doing high gov wages more often, and I don't ever do that. So Let's just decrease it 1. It's also really not putting a dent in it too much. You guys don't have a port? You do have a port. Okay, cool. It's gonna be a big deal for us. Let's take a look. It is our first furniture building, which is why those PMs were not swapped over before. I was like shocked to see it for a second, then I realized our economy's a little on the small side. And this is going to help a lot on the gold mines specifically, not that we have a ton of them at this moment. I thought we'd already swapped up to that. Go. Really, there are no engines in the Russian market? We are a little bit over on the deficit, so we're gonna try and see if we can... Let's actually just get rid of all of our not productive trade. We don't have a trade agreement with the UK anyway, so... We don't want to give political strength to the aristocrats. What's the aspect of the game you think should be improved on? Diplo plays kind of suck. This is the thing, the area I think that you can make most improvement on. They're in the British market as well. Hurrah! God, I'm just terrified that like. They somehow have Tewodros, but they never build Tewodros. But this does mean we can interfere in their stuff and we just haven't interested the region. I think we wanted to go after Congo anyways. We're just gonna... I was gonna say we're just gonna conquer Statham, but Portugal has other feelings about that. Huh. Do a couple subjects. I think we're going to... evangelize. I was not aware that was allowed. As a sovereign empire. Okay. Well, we're not going to be able to get in to there, really. There being the Congo. I don't think, if I recall, nothing's here is extremely soft and, like, worth taking simultaneously. They are going to have a lot of battalions. I guess Denmark is soft, huh? But they will cost more than me. We can get it into China interest relatively cheap here, though. I think it's certainly good for EIC and Qing, more questionable for people with less government administration. They're going low on this. Oh, it's 1857? I was thinking that's 1836. No. Yeah, this start is not like a fast or explosive start at all. Yikes. Alright, we'll do that option. Landowners is revolting, that's true. This is why we haven't declared on them. It's all coming back to me now. We want to go after Mascara. We can't fight Sardinia, Piedmont, and two Sicilies. Unfortunate. Recognized countries are so much better to have as subjects. What happened to Argentina? Didn't they have more states? I mean, maybe we subjugate Arch. Problem is they're going to siphon off pops from us. Hey, Palea. Someone was slandering you earlier. They said your name was Papaya. In the 3v3v3 multiplayer vid or some other, you mentioned National Militia being meta, but I didn't hear you explain why, so... I don't think I said it was meta. I think I was responding to someone else saying it was meta. I think that it was, well, it's semi-meta. It's... National Militia, when combined with really high pop allies, like Qing, is insane. But, like, France would not be better if they were on National Militia. So France, they started out with, you know, professional army. They shouldn't try and get on National Militia. What's really, really strong about National Militia is that you can kind of light switch on an enormous army, where if you have, like, Belgium, and you feed Belgium some Qing states. Now, Belgium, for every Qing state, will have 100 conscripts instead of 50 conscripts as a result of being on National Militia. So their ceiling for the amount of army they can mobilize is very, very high. The problem is the mobilization takes forever. But if you have a kind of a country block like France, Belgium, Qing, which I don't think is the most insane draft, I do think that's a pretty strong draft. Now, Belgium being on, you know, National Militia, you can defend with the very strong French army when a war starts, and it's taking guys time to conscript up. You can feed money to Belgium from both Qing and, well, you need to get national banking, but you could feed money to Belgium, and then you could have Belgium take a few Qing states, and then, like, have a 300 stack, 400 stack conscript army that you don't have to pay for when you're not fighting players. That's one of the very significant things, is that when you're not fighting players, you don't have to pay as much money. Are we just gonna lose all of our pops to them, though? Oh, they're the British Empire. I feel like we might just lose all of our pops to them. It would be good for us developing Mandate later, but... And the thing is, this is a war I think we can win. Oh, there's so many, like, the minus... Once they get past -20 threshold, they actually join at a fair frequency. And we do see Brazil is not one we could fight. Chile, for whatever reason, has way more army. Kind of trying to find the soft spots. We've already gone after all of Borneo, which is kind of the soft spot, the quintessential soft spot. Now we're gonna have to expand to some hard spots. Time joining isn't too bad. I think maybe we could do this. Alright. And now, with this university getting finished, our government balance should be considerably better, but we're still in maybe a weird sort of... We might be spiraling here, is what I'm saying. Oh yeah, we're probably spiraling here. Our investment pool is still growing is one of the very significant problems, and also, we're not extracting money from the ownership class like we kind of should be. So we maybe misevaluated this because Russia owns too many of our buildings. Shoot. This is not good. And also, not only does Russia own too many of our buildings, too many of our... The thing is, we also want more construction sectors too, simultaneously, so that we can empty the investment pool. Oh, we're not even on max taxes? What the frick? Alright. We're fine, we're chilling. I don't know why we weren't taxing more heavily. We're cool, we're Gucci. What do they want? Yemen, Marrakesh, and Morocco. Interesting. We have like one of those buildings. I don't think the anti-marina link is like where it's at for us. We get to establish a university. We'll get the progress on empiricism, which I think we're researching now. So 14 months, and we'll be able to use the better PM on that, as well as get wealth, literacy from wealth. Why not just take Beijing right now? Basically. What made you choose Morocco? I let chat decide. France team getting Qing would be crazy. Yeah, but so, like, here's the thing. Practically speaking, evaluating the power of Qing is just so hard, because practically speaking, what happens an enormous majority of the games where there is Qing is everyone dogpiles Qing. Because Qing is easy to, like, take out in that way. But then, like, the teams don't... the teams do not discuss, as carefully as they should, the means of the quartering of Qing, the other teams. And what ends up happening is usually someone just comes out of that way better. And I mean, there's been so many game sessions where they go after Qing, they pound Qing, and then whoever has Prussia just wins. Because they form, like, Germany. And so people are more afraid of Qing's growth than they are of, like, North German Fed forming. And I think that that's probably, like, a misevaluation. Let's mobilize a different army of line infantry to take care of this war. Do we want to put anything in on Siam? I don't think we ever land Siam here, so... I don't think so. I think we can build into this, but this is also maybe not something we can build into. This definitely feels super bad. We also don't like that our investment pool is growing, man. That our buildings are owned by Russia is just so bad for us, and I think that I might be miscalibrated in my ability to evaluate it. Like, I think we're okay, or I was thinking we were okay leading into it, but also we have to, the universities are expensive to run is like one of the problems. I think we just built too many universities, to be honest. I think we have to delete some number of universities. Alright. Oh, we can't because we're revolutionary. God bless. Yeah, we're spiraling now. We're paying too much in interest. We couldn't get the construction done as quickly as, like, we acquired a debt ceiling. One of the problems is also ownership buildings contribute to the debt ceiling. You can see here they have cash reserves, and so when you don't own the buildings, you actually have less of a ceiling. We would be paying a similar amount of interest, but also, well, I think this is getting paid out to our ownership class as well, which stimulates our economy, but Russia owns more of the consumer goods stuff, so it's actually not, like, a very good stimulation, so... Just try to think what we could do here. I think we're going to stop suppressing landowners. And come in and tax tobacco and opium. Yeah, no, we're spiraling. Shoot. We need to get this law passed so we can delete some of these universities. There's too many universities. The qualifications, like, we need the qualifications, but, like, it's too many universities. Like, we just, like, flew too close to the sun. Or we could delete down military. Actually, I kind of like deleting down a lot of military. So, we will do that. And in doing so, we'll be able to clean up some stuff a little bit. And get, like, units prepared for stuff. Uruguay, in my experience, is a horrible subject. They repel, like, every month in the game. Single-state subjects tend to do a little bit worse. Do you think mass conscription is a noob trap or a good late game? I think if you're playing single player, it's, like, so unnecessary and gratuitous. Hey, Svanka. How's it going? We get wealth voting, though, so now we can delete down a bunch of these. And I think we're gonna delete, like, half our militaries. Or we're not gonna delete those guys because they're currently doing stuff, huh? Where's our Arabia army? Wait, didn't we have a 12-stack Arabia army? Did we just already delete down a ton of it? Alright, fair enough. So we have to get to the point where we're making money here. We, like, this is, like, too big, so I think this is probably the least important state for us. This state has iron, this state doesn't have iron, so we're gonna delete the university in this state. And now we're running a positive balance. And I think we should be able to slowly drag our way out here. You have plans to win as Qing? A lot of people have, like, tried Qing, but, like, if the two teams just see red and they 6v3 you no matter what, then, like, you just, like, can't do it. 5 teams of 7? 5 teams of 7 would be so freaking chaotic. Like, players can barely diplo with just, like, 3 teams. It is an act segregation event. It's actually probably good for us here. We can abdicate to it. It's actually perfect. How do we piss off the Intelligentsia? This seems decent. I think we would want to make them even more mad if we could. That might be the best we can do, though. Well, other than trying to swap back to autocracy. Alright, and then who do we want to kneecap? Not these guys, actually. So let's put the landowners in government. We need to be able to start passing laws, so we'll do this. We'll start passing autocracy. Oh, that's cute. Our landowners don't like that. And then we'll put them in here. So we are going to be abdicating here. Let's save just in case things get a little weird. Also might be hard to run 21 teams, yeah, in terms of possibility. Would it be better to play democracies versus autocracies like in the real world? 3 teams makes it random. What? I have an exploit that gives countries about 1.5 billion GDP for 2 months. I mean, there's currently the taking on debt, bankrolling kind of thing you could do, but it does mean one person's going to eat a massive penalty. But you could rush banking as China and then just bankroll your allies to take on their debt repeatedly and just keep bankrupting yourself, but pass off enough states that they could get a whole bunch of conscripts. And then China's big enough that you'll be able to continue to do that for quite a while. So We'll pass presidential republic, racial segregation, and just kneecap the interest groups we hate. We will stop passing this because we don't actually want to pass it. We were just kidding. And then the Industrialists and the Intelligentsia should be in pretty good shape to be good. We can't put them in government yet. This is also after our cautious guy died, but we hate that. We don't like having an imposing guy. To be fair, we're having trouble finding nice expansion spots, so... What is this? Do you side for something? Subject? Obligation. Cool. Oh, yuck. Imagine privatizing the universities. I wish. I had a dream that you stood up streaming. You were like 5'5" and 120 pounds. Get out of your dreams. It's appropriate that you wake up and apologize. I am so much bigger than that. Bruh. Like 2.5 times that size. Low-key, I'm a fan of them adding wine as an intoxicant, though. That was one of my longtime wishes. Yeah, it should be. Is wine maxing OP or did it get nerfed? It got nerfed. I don't know if the nerf is... The nerf is probably not precise, though. And it might not be precise. So for those of you who didn't know, they added wine as a intoxicant. And what this did, without doing anything else, and what this did is it made wine price perma-expensive, and it created this feedback loop where countries would only build wine would be super expensive, and you could also force wine in other countries to be really expensive just by exporting to them. Our country is going to be a bad example because it's a taboo, so checking the price here is actually not going to work properly, but wine is probably either good or bad. I'm not sure which, or it is going to be good in, bad in the early game and good in the late game, in the sense that, upper rung pops, it's still a luxury good, so upper rung pops will still consume it more. So as you transition your SOL higher, consumption of wine will go up. And so it transitions well. Taxing is probably okay, better than taxing alcohol, though. Generally speaking, because the richer pops eat it. For mass conscription, I was thinking multiplayer is the 25% training rate worth having the, not having the morale loss. Well, morale loss, there's so many things that overcome morale loss. There's really not a lot of good ways to get training rate. Thinking about the 3v3v3, so... I think the increased training rate is probably really substantive. And you, like, meat grinder the crap out of each other's armies, too. It depends on how late in the game you are, though, you have to be somewhat late if you're on mass. But it's going to be, yeah, we maybe didn't need to delete that last unit, but that's fine. When we get out of debt faster, that'll be good for us. Specifically, paying interest is also really bad. Now we're giving money back to the capitalists. Is like why it's bad. Who is this? Masai. I think we already have okay relations with the UK, but we really want to get our investment pool draining, though. So what we're going to do is we're going to add some construction, even though it like kind of looks like we can't do this type of thing. But this we want our investment pool to drain. We still need it. We're about to hit empiricism, then I think we're gonna go pub schools here. Rather than go for like a colonial resettlement or something. Whoa, whoa, whoa. We got forced into this. Not like this. I don't know why it's... This is just a bug. As a protectorate, we shouldn't be getting called into Russia's wars. I don't know what's going on with that. Unless they have changed the standard. Generalist 3v3v3, you should have 3 private channels for text diplo between each pair of teams. Maybe, then it's gonna start getting cluttered, because there's gonna be like 18 channels or something in there. There's already a lot of channels. But also maybe. Why can't we go public schools now? Oh, we have state religion. That's right. Okay. Let's get off of state religion then. While our ulema or whatever is weak. We don't have to necessarily go total separation. We could. Armed forces guys hate it. Because he's a trad guy. Okay. So, I think we should do something about him, because we probably can. So we could see all the generals. We could take a look who's the most popular. He's a Democrat and he's popular. He's 65 popular, so he's almost certainly going to be the next guy. And what we're going to do is we're going to exile. But this guy's a traditionalist and he's popular, so we're going to retire him. Because we do not want to be getting a trad guy out of this. If we had a bunch of bureaucracy, we'd promote that guy up, but we don't. Yeah, we had a period where we recruited a bunch of generals because we were having problems. We don't like the traditionalists. To be fair, I think that we should just purge. The landowners are minus 20 anyways, either way. So I think we just purge the landowners from military positions here. Because they're going to be a minus 20 no matter what, and that's the main reason why you don't want to do this type of thing. So we're gonna have a little bit of a thing, which is going to free up some of this for us, some bureaucracy. And ulema is about to become revolutionary anyways, so we might as well clear them from kind of the queue here, as it were. If we want to delete buildings, we have to do it now. Now we're looking for an armed forces guy, a second backup, who is going to... We're just going to retire this guy because we don't want to deal with the trad guy. We want another guy. We kind of hate pacifist. This guy's royalist, but if he gets in charge, he's also cautious. We kind of hate protectionists too, and this guy's relatively young, so we're going to clear him. Looking for a popular armed forces guy with an ideology that we like. We don't want to fire more of those guys, so let's take a look at the Navy. What we can maybe do. Let's split this guy off into a nothing army, or Navy. And then take a look at the nothing Navy. And we're going to purge all the landowners too, to get more options. Regardless of, it doesn't matter because it's still just going to be, now it's a matter of 5 years from now, we're just going to lose that penalty. We don't want a trad guy in there. We don't want a royalist in there. Ye old manipulation. God, the one guy with an ideology we kind of tolerate is just moderate. It feels bad, man. Alright, so our backup will be another Democrat. Perfect. So we're gonna exile dissident on this guy. And the Democrat will take over, 65. And then from here, we should be able to go total separation with just the Sunni ulema going after us. And Our IG bonus for them absolutely sucks super hard, so we should just be able to get through with that. Now, coming back here, I think we go nitro. Because I do think we have more discoverable gold. I can't remember exactly, but the fact that we have discoverable gold and gold mines in general is going to make nitro a lot more attractive. So, do Muslims consume wine? No, so that's a serious confound, so our wine's just going to be cheap. Alright, our government's illegitimate. Wait, why is this so illegitimate? What happened? Just because this guy's a pacifist? Bro, come on. We can't do this because our guy died and we got a pacifist. Fuck, that sucks so hard. Unless this is gonna significantly change clout. It does, cool. There we go. We still hate having a pacifist, but also nice that this actually isn't revving, because we do want to abuse our abdication again sometime soonish, but not this soon. Do they just violate your sovereignty? No, I don't think they didn't. I don't know why they're allowed to call us in. They might be able to use the subject interaction to force us to join, but that should give us positive stuff. Undistributed players cannot be a country that starts as a GP. The problem is the AI just randomly going after one team is going to be a very significant confound. Then what the AI does is not particularly relevant to the current 3v3v3 situation, but that's because it's like how close is this? Ideological differences, which we could overcome, but not the other ones. But if all the big significant powers are, you know, players, it doesn't mean. High thumbing is when you're just minding your own business and someone interferes with you in a significant way. Like what the US did in South America, that's pie thumbing. Expanding naturally and maintaining very conservative laws has been a lot more efficient. A lot more efficient than what? Than going after Beijing and stuff? I will be playing Morocco alongside. What's the goal of the run? The goal of the run's to form Maghreb, but we're not, we can't do it like in the more immediate kind of period right now, or we can't go after these guys right now because we can't fight two Sicilies, Sardinia, Piedmont who protect them, and we definitely can't fight the Ottomans. So, but the goal is going to be to form Maghreb, which is a somewhat modest goal, but that's okay. It does extend all the way over here, so we will be going after Egypt. So Egypt might be the soft target, but we're gonna have a truce with Egypt. So there's gonna be that. CX, maybe a country we could go after. Just kidding. I don't think we want to fight Portugal and the Netherlands. We also just don't have a very strong army. The problem with recruiting a guy who's, well, he's cautious, so maybe that's kind of okay. The problem with recruiting a guy who is like neutral popularity is that very often they will acquire a trait that makes them more or less popular. Having a neutral obstacle would be a positive thing for game balance, I think. I mean, you could have this war, and then the war is entire. Who wins certain wars would depend 100% on how the AI behaves. I don't think that that's necessarily a good thing. I hate how strong the petite bourgeoisie gets, especially when I want to go elected bureaucrats and they get half the votes on wealth voting. Do you discriminate? The more discriminatory your country is, and the more unicultural your country is, the stronger the PB will get. They're definitely supposed to get a lot stronger, or they do get a lot stronger in recent patch. We have a truce till when? 18 months. Because we kind of want to annex them. We're floating a ton of negative authority, but I don't know what else to do here. How much are we getting from this? 1k? I mean, we could come off this. But these guys are minus 20, and these guys are happy anyways, so it's really not making too big a difference. We don't have anything of that ilk. It's gonna be nice. I wish they had built it in Fez, where we have... Where do we have sulfur? I thought we had sulfur somewhere. Do we not have sulfur? Alright, fair enough. We don't have sulfur, fair enough. Investment pool is draining slightly. I think we could afford to expand construction here. A little bit, with the idea being that the construction will just make us drain the investment pool faster, effectively speaking. Somewhat modest, as Morocco is just surviving to 1900. Well, we did white piece a play where UK was going for us, but in doing so we became a protectorate of Russia, which is not like bad for us, or it's not too bad. Maybe it's gonna be. I was not aware of the malice from being an unrecognized power in regards to getting support independence, and I was thinking that we would just eventually be able to get support independence. Without too much difficulty, but it's looking like it's kind of difficult, so I don't know how that's going to play out for us. We also have a really terrible leader right now, but maybe we need to help them. Austria sides with Togurt, not like this. We're kind of looking for ways to be able to make an ingress here, though. 3v3v3 versus EIC in Great Britain, or plus EIC versus. I don't want it to be an even number of teams, because if you have a multiplayer game with an even number of teams, the teams will just form a block, or they'll just run over. If the teams join 3v1 or 2v2, it destroys the like elegance of the like tripedal balance. You got Tunis before the Euros blocked me. Yeah, but we can't. The Ottomans are caked up this run. We can't just go after them. Hey gamers, happy Sunday to you as well. Abdication cheese is kind of egregious. I've noticed that you often max taxes, have large proportion of radicals. My point is laws, conquest, and GDP growth is a lot smoother this way. Smooth to me implies that you're saying it's faster. Is that not what you're saying? I mean, abdicating is just so strong. And I just think you should do it if you're trying to, like, min-max. So how much are we draining now? Should we drain faster than 13k? I mean, we have 1 million. Yeah, so I guess we're just like kind of now we're kind of popping off. Because our stuff can actually employ people up. And we're letting the government is not building any buildings either, like this. Oh, we do have it in here in Fez. And this critically is really good for us because government ownership sucks. And we can't put our ownership up for sale, otherwise Russia will just buy it. So I guess we'll maybe only be building government buildings for now, for a while, and let the investment pool clear out. Something like this. We're just shamefully bugged, not like this. Let's do that. I mean, I don't know if we can get through Zulu with a 12 stack. Let's transfer over a couple units to the other Moroccan army. And then with this one, let's actually add cannons. And so then we will have a 12 stack. And the fleets, we are upgrading to 11 stacks, so we'll just go to 12 here. That's going to be a bit of government expenses for a little while, but I think we can handle this. But we really want to get into Zulu so we can get in on the gold states. And we currently can't do that. I don't think we can land them with what we have. I think we'll be able to land them with a 12 stack. And a 12 spot navy where we have cannons. Maybe. I think being a protectorate is strictly beneficial for the most part. They can pull us into wars. Being a dominion is awful though. Yeah, being a dominion is pretty bad. I mean, like, I think it's good except we can't leave. We also, it's not like strictly... Strict is a strong word. I don't think you mean it in the way I think, like, I understand it. But, like, us not being able to pick our power block where the mandate goes in our power block is a really significant, like, negative. And depending on what Russia picks next, that's either really good or really bad. Like, if they pick construction, that would be fantastic. I think it's just random what they pick, which is, like, terrible. Can you go for Sokoto, or is it not worth it? Well, we need to go for Benin first. And we can't land Benin with our current, like, army. But yeah, we're just accumulating a ton of debt here for now. But just only government buildings. We haven't done this playstyle, but I'm gonna write this down as a note. Only gov buildings on... We can, as a subject, we can only buy gov buildings. And in this way, because private ownership is just very similar to laissez-faire. The problem is that we can't sell our buildings because Russia buys them. But if we don't build any buildings actively and we just let the queue take the wheel, then okay, we don't get to control the queue, which is like a different type of penalty, but not all is lost. Russia's also going to have a huge amount of leverage on us. Is also going to be a problem for us. We're inside the block, but I forget how to check how much leverage they have if we would not be a subject, or maybe that's just not something you can check. I guess I just think min-max is actually less efficient than playing the game normally. I think by definition that's not correct, but unless you mean something by efficient other than like maximizing GDP. If you mean having more fun, then maybe. One of the problems with Victoria 3 is no matter what you do, the line will go up. Your GDP line just always goes up, except if you're playing Morocco where it's flat. But since your GDP line always goes up, you kind of always feel like you're getting feedback that what you're doing is working. And the thing is that if something would have made your GDP go up by more, it would have been better. The real problem that's hard to kind of balance with the high taxes type of meta is being strictly high taxes all the time is no good because let's find a state with turmoil. Because if you get turmoil in your homeland states where you're trying to build, the state construction efficiency malus is just absolutely terrible for you. You played Morocco in your last run, and the worst part was population. I think porting with power block at all is Morocco's ambitious. Min-maxing fun. Yeah, the fun is the line going up. Let Russia buy your battalions. Not Wagner. Alright. We will have to wait for them to recruit up a little bit here as well. Oh, we built a 13 stack? That's probably fine. I think we will add one additional boat then in Fez. Oh, the qualifications are in Marrakesh. Alright, fair. And if that's going to be the case, then we will move one of these guys over to the first Moroccan army. So now we'll have a 13 stack that we can land with. And I think that'll be good enough for us to go after Zulu. I guess we should have took... Oh, they're... Son of a... They're improving relations to the problem. So we actually can't make progress here unless we, like, protectorate them. Maybe we can go after them instead. Zulu's likely to join, but that's it. Orania is -12, but Orania can't actually do anything here, but... Are they in line with that 300? Army power projection, man? No, they just have an amount of hussars that makes us a little bit uncomfortable. I mean, our army's not fully recruited up, so this is something to also keep in mind. The battalions have just appeared. They're not all here and all working, but we have 20 offense, 30 offense. Can we land 24 stack like this? I'm really not sure we can. If we tributary you, though, does Gaza join? Gaza's somewhat likely to join. So why don't we start with this? See what we can do. And then if Gaza joins, we'll just conquer Gaza as well. So we won't put in war reparations just to see if Gaza joins, because if we put in war reparations, it makes it more likely that they're going to back down. So I think that's the play. We'll put in war reparations if they don't join, like, after quite a while. We're finally getting rid of the stat, and we're up to 65 construction, which is a pretty nice amount. Old Monarch and Etche. I haven't seen this map very often. We'd rather have Loyalists in Etche, just because it's going to help decrease the turmoil that's currently there. Alright, it looks like the other guy's not joining, so we're going to go for war reps here. They, I think, have defending the borders. Oh, they don't. So they're actually not very likely to back down. So... God. Not like this. Not my gumdrop buttons. Yeah. To be fair, the weekly balance is actually not all that positive. It's a loud car. Zulu just backs down. Alright, well, I think if Zulu backs down, then, I mean, I guess we have to go through Gaza. Which is unfortunate. I don't know if this works for us. I mean, I guess we're up to a 14 stack here, actually. They are fully mobilized as well, and I think we do have access to extra supplies, so we'll turn that on. We'll also give them kind of the normal, this is our pushing army look. And then, we can't put in conscripts that are cannon guys. Not like this. We're gonna add one more cannon. And one more boat. It's also kind of like once you can get South Africa, the game like has a little bit of a different texture. Vroom, vroom, vroom. I'm excited for more 3v3v3. If you manage to get 9 new signups, I'll probably see if I can. I think we will. There's a lot of enthusiasm. We're gonna make a post later today. We're gonna do one next week. You can try and host your own. Yeah, you can do that too. You can organize it in the LFG section if you want. I don't have a... I mean, if people want to organize games without me, we could talk about, like, still applying league score and this type of thing, if we can keep the format consistent. Although then we'd probably have to have some people that I trust to, like, give proper scores. The thing is, you guys are playing for, like, a very significant prize, so we can't just let anything go, you know what I mean? Alright, I feel good about a 15 stack getting in on a 25 stack. I suppose if this doesn't work, we'll actually research general staff and just keep at it. Because us having skirmish like a little bit early is not too bad. Let's stop improving relations here, though. I don't mind rolling the dice on this. I don't know exactly when we want to kind of start going after them, I guess. Not making very much money anymore. What changed? Is it just the mobilization expenses? It might be. Did our cannons have enough time to actually recruit up? Yeah, they did. Holy... With the qualification problems we have been having, I was not expecting that. Yeah, our investment pool is draining a little bit too fast. Alright, we're gonna pull back a little bit. We want something a little bit more stable looking. That can last longer before that way we don't have like more of a whiplash. If we drain down to 0 and then deleted all like more, I prefer deleting 1 a little bit earlier, so it doesn't whiplash our market as hard. Although we're in the Russian market, so maybe that doesn't matter. Maybe we should just keep running the construction sector. We're not going to rebuild it now just so we can delete it later. Morocco to your Maghreb, it's one of your favorite runs? Well, that's what we're doing. The Otto Broskis going for the healthy man of Europe. Yeah, they're doing real good. Why don't you go after Mascara day 1? I didn't want to make France super belligerent. I think if you're trying to min-max the formation of Maghreb, you probably should just grab it and try and figure the France out thing from there. But since we're streaming, like, we would have to either restart or reload a lot as a result of France being, like, belligerent. if we went for Mascara at the very start, and now they're kind of protected by Sardinia, Piedmont, and 2 Sicilies, so until we can fight both Sardinia, Piedmont, and 2 Sicilies, which we're nowhere near being able to do, we kind of have to... I mean, we might be able to sway in someone like Russia, but the thing is no one's looking very nice on our side, and Austria even wants to protect them, so I think they're enjoying the balance of power. It's nice that our autocue did in fact just build 1 explosive place, so we could try and turn all this on. But this is also very significantly going to give us resource discovery chance. I think we do have additional gold. What we really need is additional pylons, so we'll probably start working on that soon. We're gonna go for this. We're gonna try not to finish it and remember to swap. Corporate charters actually won't do anything for us because we're on laissez-faire, or we swapped off of laissez-faire, but we still have our company in. Oh well. So we have too much infamy right now, but we are poised to go after Transvaal. We're just gonna have to wait. Unfortunately, our leader sucks super balls. And by sucks super balls, I mean he has the imposing trait, giving us minus 25% infamy decay. So we have normal infamy decay, even though we're floating a whole bunch, because we also have plus 25 from here. So. Why does everyone hate poor Morocco? Is it in the years of piracy? I think it is. I don't think there's any mechanic regarding piracy, though. For instance, sad with Mascara in your Morocco run? Yeah, I mean, I think you're letting RNGs just take the wheel a little bit with that. That's what I'm saying. Now, are you isolated because you don't have a port? You do have a port. Alright, cool. Gucci. This event is so backbreaking. This is my least favorite event in the game. That actually might not be true, but it's actually just like the fact that this doesn't scale with your size is so obnoxious because it's completely inconsequential if you're huge. And for us, who's quite small, this is kind of really, really, really annoying. We're not like cataclysmically small. We have 60 construction, but when you're one of those like 10 construction bros, this actually just kills your run. You actually just have to restart. But when you form a Maghreb, you should be able to reinstate the Mediterranean slave trade and start selling Frenchmen back to France. Not like this. I think we currently still have slave trade, though. I think we currently still have the slave trade. Not ideal. Is kind of what we're thinking. That boosted... Was that us taking this? Is that really worth that much GDP relative to... I guess 1.2 million is kind of a bit. Maybe we incorporate them. We don't have a lot of institutions, so getting started on incorporation is really, really cheap for us right now. So let's maybe do that, and then... Oh, there's so many laws we want to pass. We really need to start passing laws faster somehow. Is this our Shadow Realm army? This is the Shadow Realm army. It's so funny that this is a problem that's created by, like, in every single, like, semi-meta run, because going for Gaza is, like, pretty meta, but it's because the port is in Portugal, and the game, like, it doesn't process that correctly. We, like, probably don't zoom in enough. Look at the little chariot action. Look at me, I'm a Victorian. I ride in a chariot. Why leave laissez-faire? You're a protectorate or something? Yes, we are subject. That's why. You should use performance mods. I have a faster conversion and assimilation mod that's been doing wonders. We probably should be using performance mods. The thing is it also will... It'll also shape the metagame of what's good. If you have more assimilation, for example, the petite bourgeoisie gets stronger, and so strategies that are reliant on the petite bourgeoisie being strong or weak are changed in a way. Not in an enormous way, but they're changed a little bit. I think we'll need another government admin here. We kind of want to build a power block statue. It's kind of way more construction than it's worth, though, and we're in trouble with that anyway. Maybe we could go speed 5, because now we're just kind of chilling. We had a politician die. Who was he a leader of, actually? He was an authoritarian, so we do like that he died. Oh my god, we do have to pause. Sunni. I think if we look at him, he'll just be politically inactive. I think that's how that works. So, we'll just keep on keeping on, I suppose. Thank you for follow, Dan 1911. Big nice. They are unpaid interns. Nice that we just got barely over 50% here, post-election. Really, really nice for us. Yeah, we don't like this guy being the leader. This guy wants to join the Liberal Party. So we probably can't change the government too easily here. Russia's enforcing our military access. Jesus. On what? On Bhutan? Okay, I guess. I think they own just a very large percentage of our GDP. Oh, we do have high liberty desire. We could request independence. I don't think we can fight Russia yet, so... Also, I don't think we want to get independent yet either. We really need to open our borders so we can actually make use of getting Russian pops. We'll handle that after the religion stuff. I think we like them losing that, so political strength. In the hands of the state, I find solace. That's true. We don't want them to gain any clout. Election, please give the Intelligentsia a bunch of clout. It's not going to, but we want them to. I'm shocked at how powerful our industrialists are. I understand that we, like, abdicated, but kind of weird. And we're all wealth voting, but we also don't have as big a proportion of the ownership as we would like. We'll take that. A little bit worried that we might have to actually suppress them. Hey Genius, how's it going? What's your PC setup? I have a GTX 1650 and the game's dying after 1890. I have a Ryzen 5600 for the processor, which is kind of the important one. And 16 gigs of RAM, which is kind of not a lot. We should actually upgrade that. Someone actually gave a pretty big dono to upgrade the computer, so we just haven't decided what we want to get yet, but we should actually just get on that. The thing is, like, currently, logistically speaking, getting into Micro Center is a little bit hard, and I don't want to, like, upgrade my computer without being able to drive to Micro Center. Well, we don't like the private queue not choosing to build buildings despite having this much money in it, but that's... The thing is we have partially funded buildings in several states now, so this is maybe the soup we're swimming in, where we have to start constructing a little again. We don't want them to get insurrectionary with the other guys, because then we actually will rev. I wonder why our liberty desire is going up even. We're not doing anything too crazy. We have entangled economic dependence. They have a thing. Pull out. It's just mostly from Cloud, from our from our lobby that just like is not a big fan of Russia. It's kind of interesting. Not like this. Why can't you just give us a setback and let us proceed? Not the 1%. Alright, we need to actually build something actively now. That's unfortunate. We're drained down enough, so I think we actually delete the construction sector somewhere. We can't because we're revving. Got it, never mind. Maybe we should have deleted multiple. Tooling workshop here is like the most profitable. We really want to delete a construction sector though, or two. Be losing money like this. Don't want to be government constructing stuff either. I suppose some of the government construction will go back to the investment pool, but let's do that. So now our queue is filled. These guys are who are close to joining movements, allegedly. We can definitely rake back some of the authority we're spending to make them not as upset. So we would get one setback and get plus 10% chance, but the thing is I thought these guys had over 10% clout. If these guys had over 10% clout, we would actually want the minus success chance, so we just reset. But I think we'll just do this. So now we'll have 12% chance, but it's looking not very good. So we're going to use our streamer one time. We're going to call one time, and so we will get the law pass through pretty quickly here. To be fair, we could also, yeah, promote some of the Intelligentsia generals we have. I think we have multiple. Don't like that he's a pacifist, so we're not going to promote him. This guy's a pacifist, but he's not popular, but he's still a pacifist. Yuck. Can we recruit a Intelligentsia general? Probably not. Trad. Oh, we can. Pacifist. It do be like that, huh? I'm stupid. We can't retire him. We just gave them some clout for no reason. The plan was to retire that guy. What if you ask for support regime from Russia? We can get up to the point where we can declare for independence. I just don't think we want to yet. We can get our separation, liberty, desire up high enough. Vultures and Carcass event is funny in how it works mechanically. Mostly it doesn't involve other members of the one interest group leaving to join the other, but an entirely unrelated people joining or leaving those two interest groups. Can you order something from Micro Center and have it shipped to you? Yeah, but if something goes wrong, I can't I can't drive out to Micro Center. Maybe that's like not that big a deal. I could have stuff shipped, and probably the thing to do is to order RAM. I also have to do like research, but that's like... I also kind of want to spend it on a camera instead, but the person who donated asked me to spend it on a particular thing, so that's what I'm planning on doing. Like, there's other stuff I would rather pay for, in terms of like making content than an upgrade to the computer. Like a green screen. I actually have a green screen, but it could have... I bought the green screen after the guy gave the donation. I haven't started using it yet, though. I was going to use it to record a short for, like, the lifting shit. God damn it. We maybe just can't get total separation through here. I just think it's really unlikely we get it through. That's really unfortunate. I mean, we called 1 time, actually. What am I saying? We obviously get it. Everyone's a pacifist, basically. We don't even have, like, the laws that the pacifists hate. I don't know why we're rolling so many pacifists. So much infamy. It's actually over 25 infamy. Brother. We get a cautious leader, maybe. We're gonna take this for 1 more tick, and if we don't get a good tick, we're gonna swap what we're trying to pass. God, we have to start building stuff again. We also want to delete a little bit of construction. The thing is we're locked in on government ownership of the stuff we build ourselves, so we'd much rather our investment pool build it. Laissez-faire good in the early game with low construction. Laissez-faire would be preferable right now, except we're a subject. And while we're a subject, we don't want our overlord to be able to buy our buildings for really cheap. Hey, plus 10. Let's go. Well, since we have to go over 25 either way to go after Transvaal. Well, actually, we could just take them 1 state at a time. My brain hates this, but we could just take 1 state and then later come back and take another state. They're not going to grow very fast with just Northern Cape, so they're kind of going to be locked in on this amount, because, like, what are you going to do with just Northern Cape? You're going to build a bunch of stuff there, but that way we don't have to go for the full shaboodle. Let's maybe build the warship thing. Not necessarily the best thing we can build, but we do want to have access to warships. I don't think we have any of those industries locally. And also, well, more so with the cannons and the small arms, having those be government owned is actually not too bad. I think we'll go for this. We called 1 time, so our total separation is going to go through. You can go for Argentina, but they don't accept your pops, and you have closed borders. Yeah, but we're going to open the borders eventually. Ba-boop. Shadow Realm army. We'll go here. So we just want Transvaal itself, because we cannot afford all that infamy. King Vladislav, thank you for the follow, big nice. This will give us some more laws we can pass, which is kind of nice. Agrarianism is not very useful for us right now. Green screen. Yeah, dog. We were planning on recording, yeah, a short for the lifting channel, but it's like I hurt my shoulder, so what I was recording the short for, it doesn't apply anymore. Or I hurt my collarbone. I don't know exactly what I did. I might have like green stick fractured it. It's actually kind of miserable. That's gonna give us the next level of uni. Actually, let's go labor movement. I think we do have the GE to, like, if we had a level 5 uni in the capital, or anywhere, we just need a level 5 uni, but I don't think we can afford 3 more levels of uni right now. We're already having a bit of a vibe, a bit of a time. Hopefully they have a decent amount of gold right now, but I don't think they will. Oh, they have all 12, bro. That's so good for us. Backroom dealing exposed. So painful, man. We called our one time. What is this about? What is this nonsense? Terrible. Was it the one arm thing? No, it's actually doing a jerk. Or I think I like initially tweaked it with a clean, and then I like actually heard it catching a jerk. So that's like where you go overhead with both arms in an explosive way, and then coming back down to shoulder because I was trying to do a set of 2. I just like caught it really funny. So should have gone for war reps or something on Iran. Yeah, I didn't even see that they had joined. I wasn't paying close enough attention. There we go. It is government owned, but we're gonna be getting more minting. Ayo, look at that. Now the problem is we want all these to get built really quickly, but we'd rather they be not government owned. So, in a little bit of a slight conundrum. Hopefully the construction queue builds a lot of them up. Also, if we could afford an edict, we would want to put an edict down there. Maybe now's the time we can build our... We're currently in the Sovereign Empire. The thing is eventually we're going to leave, so it might not be even worth it for us to build the power block statue, but this would save us close to 100 authority by reducing the cost. Green screen for when Paradox hires you to advertise 1.8. I don't think they're going to. I've learned that the primary metric that they use is people who get the highest view videos, which I just absolutely get crushed on that metric. I get a ton of views per month because I release a ton of videos, but I do not have the most consistently high view videos for Victoria 3 or anywhere remotely close. I have a ton of like really middling sized stuff, so I think it's a very unlikely, unless the community is very vocal about like wanting me to do that type of thing. I think it's very unlikely that I get one of those projects with them, which is okay. I also might be just changing it the way I do, like, the things, but I also don't think it's that big a deal. Like, I don't think I should change everything I'm doing just to try and fulfill their metric, but I do think I should change it for, like, other reasons. But, where's the sell only to national investors option paradox, basically? Where's the protectionist laissez-faire I've heard so much about? Where's the hands-on laissez-faire? I know it exists. Where is it at? I heard legends, I heard stories of the hands-on laissez-faire. The minting is not affected by ownership. This is like one of the significant things. Minting's also been significantly nerfed, but it doesn't, it's still like insane. Like, gold is like the best building and it's still not close. Alright, that's the death. Oh no, wait, we could still try and pass it with 2%, but I think we now have several modifiers for negative pass chance. I think we're just gonna try and pass other things. Maybe we're supposed to rev force. This idiot's an abolitionist. Oh, they want elected bureaucrats and they're extreme? Perfect. Perfect. How do we make the Lemma happy so we can slot them into government? We could do this. This would make the Ulema happy. We would be able to slot them into government. I think they're going to stop being insurrectionary here anyways. Here they are. So we're going to have to piss off these guys who want elected bureaucrats, but we're going to be able to abdicate to get the bureaucrats in. So what we're going to do is we're going to do some of this after. Oh, we have to. We can't do it after. This is also this is part of why our intelligentsia is so weak here. So we're gonna get elected bureaucrats off of an abdication here. So we're gonna go back to autocracy, allegedly. There we go. Oh, we wanted the Ulema in. Is there a different law we could pass to upset them? There probably is. We could probably go up to national supremacy. That's perfect. Okay, let's do a different law. There's elected bureaucrats. We will abdicate to it. We hate this guy anyways. Sorry, resign from office to it. Throw your fists in the air. We will pass parliamentary republic and elected bureaucrats here. Bloodless revolution. Big nice. Fantastic. We will instead get this gentleman, who does have expensive tastes. Also a terrible trait. Oh, we will get that guy as... Oh, it's parliamentary. That's right. So we can change who's the president. We have the technology. Where's our intelligentsia? Oh, we don't actually want to pass this. We were just kidding. We were just joking, friends. Okay. Is that guy reckless? Is that another terrible trait? To be fair, we can slot him out. We're parliamentary, so we can swap this guy. We love our resignations, we do. Yeah, the landowners will hate this, but let's ban slavery, yo. I don't know why this guy's an abolitionist. Abolitionist my ass. Where's the movement for banning slavery, idiot? Russia. This is Russia's fight, not ours. We can't capitulate out of it, though. Unfortunate. We also should have deleted construction sectors. Rip the dream. Selling out his badass AF. It's not necessarily a matter of selling out. It's because we're good at not clickbaiting. I mean, I think other people don't necessarily clickbait very much either. I mean, some people definitely clickbait. We do some, like, non-zero. Leader of the Intelligentsia is about to die. He's a pacifist. Okay, so we really care about... Do we have a popular general? We have an abolitionist. That's fine enough for us. These guys are not currently revolutionary, but we also don't mind a Democrat if somehow he manages to get popular, which he won't. We do mind this guy, though. I guess we'll just eat the event, because... Oh, wait, where'd the event go? Okay, yeah, for whom the bell tolls. There we go. It just means our next guys... Yeah. We do get... Where's our abolitionist? The frick? Alright, fair enough. We are max taxes, right? We're not? Max those out. Those are rookie numbers, baby. So we are coming out of this debt hole. So we're okay. We're okay. We're okay. We are okay. Oh, we're not even trading like we should be. Alright, so let's see if we can export tools, maybe? No, let's see about importing agrarian stuff, if we could do that. Yeah, we can import a little bit. From Ching here. Trying to make use of these convoys. To some degree. I mean, we just want these gold mines to finish. We really would prefer them to be publicly owned, but it's not too big a deal. Abolitionist gains ambitious? Hell yeah, brother. Armed forces petition government with 2 terrible laws, so we're gonna tell them to eat it. Tell them eat ass, touch grass. Wine output's not very important for us. We'll tell them to study up, brother. We don't mind having abolitionists. The fact that the abolitionist is not joining the movement for banning slavery. Oh, he is. Okay, he finally did. And then he tried to leave. Why would you... Man, you just tooted and booted once we're actually trying to pass slavery? Some ally you are, huh? Look at this idiot, though. Abolitionist. He says, you know, I'm about one thing, and that's banning slavery. And then we start to ban slavery, and he's like, I'm out. You know, I'm ambitious, but don't need any of that. Who cares? Literally make the landowners leave the government. Yeah, basically, this is the perfect government. We'll put the industrialists back in at some point. Hate the new changes in 1.7. Play a game just to see half your revenue getting sucked by the government-owned buildings early on, and by the time you slowly try shifting from traditionalism, you're in debt. You just gotta... I'm sorry, my friend. I'm sorry you don't like the changes. I personally love the changes. This has been not even close my favorite patch. Like, not close at all. No, not our gumdrop buttons. And by gumdrop buttons, I mean gold mines. God, Russia's so inept they haven't managed to do a single naval landing here. Best viewers? Where is that? It's in the place where you get banned. My favorite. We need mods on Twitch. We don't get to find the best viewers like thing on YouTube. YouTube bots are more civilized, huh? They were causing you to lose like 36 legitimacy single-handedly? Yeah, because they're just, they just believe in different things than the majority of our country, it seems. I respect journalists' privacy, but I will also like to know which city those outdoor sounds are from. I'll let you know that it is Pacific Coast Highway. You are hearing Pacific Coast Highway, the highway that goes along the coast. I live in Southern California. This is the most balanced patch ever. I think the game might have been more balanced before bankrolls you could get from people, but we're not close to getting a bankroll here. We're just terminally weak right now. Just letting the auto queue take the wheel here on the investment pool. It is draining down, but not by as much, so we're almost out of debt. So we got our universities set up, and then we got our literacy up, and stuff was able to employ up, and now our peasants are like to work, and our economy's functioning. So I think we did the correct thing, but it just like felt super bad as we were coming up, just like running up this debt to try and get the universities down. And like pay for too much universities and stuff. Alright, so we banned slavery. Big nice. You hate to love it. You love to hate it. The institution of slavery, not the banning of it, just to be clear. I don't want to be... We're on peasant levies too? Jesus, everything about what we're doing sucks. Okay. I think we do want pro-army. We also want prop tax. I think we make more money on prop tax, so let's do this. This is the priority. Then we will be able to blast construction really hard. I think we could already add a bit of construction, so we're going to add some in the capital here. And where we have construction edict there. Hopefully the AI, the autocue, will build up a railroad down there. Just privatize, easy debt fix. The problem is if we privatize buildings, defensive pact with Mascara, counter French interests. That's not in our interests. Conquer Algiers and Iran. Hopefully we can get them to become subject here, but I doubt it. So we are going to have to release Algeria from them later, because that is all of Mascara. The Algeria would be nice. I have my doubts on whether or not we can win this. Even with Austria's help, but we could maybe let it take a couple ticks and see how Sardinia, Piedmont, and Two Sicilies respond here. This is actually maybe a really critical moment for us. Bet you that guy's fun at parties, the viewer bot. Definitely. Specifically. Banning slavery in 1867, ouchie. The money difference between proportional and per capita in the tooltip. Yeah, it's like 33k. I think you could call 12 million GDP in an economy. You should be very ashamed. Not like this. GDP shamed. If we release Algeria, that'd be so nice. I just want to see if these guys join. The thing is alright, we're gonna liberate Algeria. Or try to, anyways. Because we want a conscript up for this, and, this guy's gonna defend against landings. This guy's gonna just defend the front. Oh, we have too many fronts here. Alright, the Arabia army's gonna defend a different front. India's army's gonna come in and defend a front. Second Arabia army we're gonna hold in reserve. Shadow Realm army will handle this down here. Sulawesi joins. Oh, that because transfer Sulu. Yeah, fair enough. We actually don't mind transferring Sulu that much, so if it comes down to that, maybe we do it. Like as the Ottomans, I got a movement to enact multiculturalism in 1865, no agitator or anything. Well, if anyone's going to do it, it's going to be the person who's half their, like, initial starting things are different culture. It can happen. Yeah, it can happen. It's just, like, it's super rare. As Ching, would there be any reason to go off appointed to elected? Eventually, once you have enough institutions, elected's better. It also affects clout, right? If I'm not mistaken. So you could do it for clout reasons as well, even if elected bureaucrats end up costing you more. Does it not affect clout anymore? Does it affect the PM? So indirectly affects clout? When enacted, petite bourgeoisie will attract fewer bureaucrats. I don't know. Weird. So we're gonna have to try and land them. Oh god. Not like this, really? We should have joined earlier. I mean, now, they're not like predetermined to collapse here, but I think they just collapse. I think we're about to lose a subject here. I mean, we have guys coming back, I guess, right now, but... Who is it we were holding in reserve? Now, where are their boats? Let's Try and see if we can get a cheeky landing here. And start breaking their fronts. Okay, so we can't beat this navy. There's no shot. What's the goal of this camp? Forming Maghreb. Yeah, just forming Maghreb. Nothing too crazy. Looks like Austria just decided they didn't want to commit very many troops, which is actually just like catastrophic for us. Yeah, there's such little from Austria here because this is going on. God damn it, dude. Oh, and they're fighting Prussia. Well, we would have maybe done things differently had we known they were fighting Prussia. This only looked like winnable because, okay. We just, I mean, I guess we should have checked. It's not gonna work, that's in the wrong HQ. Are you defending, not defending Occitania. Is that also the same HQ? It is. Just everything's on this C node. Oh, we're getting wrecked here. Well, our only hope is actually that they have to capitulate. They capitulate fast. Because if Algeria, if war reparations have to go through fast, then we'll kind of be able to do stuff. But no, we're just going to lose Sulu here. Frick, man. Just like Austria. Stupid Austria. Also, we hate that our front's spaghettied, because we would be able to hold on a lot longer with these guys if they were on the front. They're not. This is not the same HQ, if I recall correctly, or it's not the C zone. I think it's this C node is where we do it. It's not. Would we actually win this? We win this battle, not the subsequent one. They didn't capitulate fast enough, though. Also, that Sulu's the war leader is wild. Lost. Unless Austria, like, comes here in the last second. No, this is just lost. Look at Austria. Look at Austria. Look at them. Look at them. Look at you. Good job. Not like this. No, yeah, this has been announced. I think we just capitulate. Rather than eating a bunch of devastation. Yeah. Oh, we hate to see it. We're gonna go up to a level 5 university to fulfill the JE as well. So maybe we actually don't want to build. I think we don't want to build this. Let's just do the unis. Construction sector and the unis. Try and focus on The government-owned buildings. Stupid French. Oh ho ho. Thumb your pie. Alright, fantastic. I think we have to wait a tick to get the reset on the what our balance will look like. But that's a lot more to work with for us. We do want to open the borders. I think the Industrialists are currently not in government, so we do resettlement. Perfect. Oh, we should have done total separation. We have a movement. Let's double check that we actually can try and pass this. Alright. But with this massive movement, that should be good for us. I think we actually don't like the construction sector here because it doesn't have the iron. For political events, you do like having hereditary bureaucrats and peasant levies when you have a lot of aristocrats. For political effects? Wait, why do you like it? Doesn't matter much as once the aristocrats don't have that much control though. Oh, you're talking about the... Are you talking about the analysis the one guy did where, like, swapping off of peasant levies onto armed forces actually makes the landowner stronger? Yeah. I don't know. I think just getting laws in place is, like, didn't seem to be that much in that guy's analysis. You just want to get the good laws in place. The nation will reap the rewards, definitely, not the dilemma. Who are we changing to nihilist? The abolitionist? I mean, he'll like total separation and actually help us pass it faster, so we'll do that. It does make us less legitimate, but now we have 90% on this. I mean, had we known it would make us less legitimate, we maybe would not have done it, but we're almost out of the debt kind of here. I don't think we have this, but let's do this. Perfect. Stupid conscripts with the stupid war that Russia pulled us into that we can't capitulate out of. These guys, will have them stand down though. Yeah, now things are starting to feel good. Really want a railroad to get built here. I guess we'll just build it ourselves. We were hoping the auto queue would take it, but maybe do this to make the railroad more profitable anyway. Having peasant levies gives plus 50 attraction to armed forces for aristocrats. To armed forces. And hereditary bureaucrats gives plus 50 to Intelligentsia. That makes sense. Happy Sunday, General. The Morocco game. Has the Morocco game gotten easier? Yes, it's gotten much easier. Things are starting to operate a little bit more smoothly now. We're starting to like take off a little bit and feel like a semi-regional power up to like 100 construction, so things do be feeling good now. Where's the most population? Ooh, yikes, they don't have much left to work with, so let's actually maybe not build that construction sector there. All the change leader and ideology events are so fun. Yeah, you get some wild stuff going with that. I really love it when you can make like a capitalist a communist. Where did all the money come from left 20 years ago? You had to trust in the process, man. You had to trust in the process. It came from us actually being able to employ our buildings and actually getting buildings instead of only having a bunch of Russian-owned ones. You have to trust in the process. We also switched our tax law, but to be fair, well, I guess that was actually a big chunk of it. Pretty substantive as well. Whoa-ho-ho! Oh, we can't. We have a truce. Son of a bizzle. We wanted to go for Aranya. We still do, but we wanted to too. We're done with the landowners. I think we also don't need to damage relations with these guys. Yikes. They are our subject. We should be doing the opposite. We can't make trade agreements. Would be really nice if we could, but we can't. But we'd want to. Maybe Jover for the not British capitalist revolt. Can anyone support our independence? No. I think we'll take the above 50% roll. That would actually be kind of nice for us to be able to get. Not like this. I don't think we can ask for independence while we are on the same side of a war, right? Wait, why are we a part of this? Bro, why do they get to pull us into wars when we're protected? This is like such a weird... Does anyone know why that is going on like that? I mean, I think it's just a bug. But Russia being able to pull us into all their wars is like... Is it because they think... I don't understand. Oh, a huge reason we're also making money is because we're getting minting from the gold mines down here. I guess that's not that big a reason, but that is part of it as well. British capitalist revolt is now belligerent. Yay. GoJam is huge. Wait, what the hell happened to all of our conscripts? Bro, they're raised. So it unraised our conscripts. Feels bad, man. This guy's Shadow Realms. The Shadow Realm army, interestingly, is not Shadow Realmed. We could go exploitation. That's not the one we want quite, so... Oh no, we didn't use the Ulema to go public health insurance. Not like this. Although that will keep them from revving, which is actually kind of cute. I'm gonna say nah to the terrible guy. We should be able to win that. Actually, maybe we land with them? Is our fleet Shadow Realmed? Oh no, it's fully defeated. The truth hurts. Bruh, industrialists, why you gotta be like this? You were the chosen ones. I'm not sure we can get public health insurance through them, to be honest. We maybe should have passed guaranteed liberties because we have an agitator for it. Alright, we might have to set up an auto-expand. We don't actually, like, want to be constructing that many government buildings, but... or non-government buildings. Like, at all, really. We're looking for steel. We're gonna upgrade our steel PMs. Oh, I forgot we needed to upgrade that too. Any landowner generals left? No, I think we purged them all. We did purge them all. Russia be like, hey man, quick war, let's go. Yeah, just like the friend is like, just a little bit, just a little. And then it turns out there's a really long war. Just help me move this TV, and then it's like a bunch of boxes too. Yeah. You do a run as them, but they play the same as any Ethiopian country, basically. Well, Ethiopian countries, you don't even want to form Ethiopia most of the time, right? Bro forgot to get total separation before getting... Yeah. Forgot to get... Yeah, I did forget it. Luckily, you get some really nice tax events. So we're just going to pay for success chance. So all you have to do is be able to start it, and now we get the events. Tax has like, or health insurance and tax have some really nice events. So, we should be able to get it in. I wish we were... I think we're just living in... I think we're just swimming in the fact that anyone who's not in government is going to be revolutionary constantly, unless we want to actually do something about this. But I think what we want to do is we want to keep I think we want to keep all our edicts and all our everything. Unless we get a bunch more subjects. We do have, or not us, but Russia has vassalization. They have police coordination too, yuck. Does that auto put us on police? I don't think it does. No, it doesn't. We have 0 institutions. Not very institutional of us. Unrecognized power. Unrecognized regional power. Why can't we subjugate them? So we don't have an interest in the Nile. That would make sense. Alright. Let's do some of that. Minus 746 authority? Yeah, you're either... you either die a hero or... Only the rich should get medicine, not like this. Do you think floating bureaucracy to have more construction efficiency could be better? No, the bureaucracy is more expensive than just adding marginal construction. I think I did the math for this once unless they changed it, but I'm not 100% sure on that. Like, you should just pay for more construction instead of more paper. It'd be a very weird type of reason why you'd want to do it, and I just don't think it quite connects. I think it's just like the modifiers is very weak. You would. I'm trying to think of a scenario where it would be worth it. You would have to have like 0 institutions. You'd have to have very low bureaucracy like requirements to fill up the bar completely. Relative to your construction somehow. Best tax event is when your anarchist dies to the event. Oh yeah, that's actually my favorite. Wait, why wouldn't you want to form Ethiopia as the tax? So the meta is to start as Harar, and then Harar accepts more cultures than Ethiopia does. And so, defensive cooperation 3, that's why you're called to war so often. Ah. But, okay, that's right. You're right. They're just automatically calling us. We're not having the option to say no, though, but I guess that's because we're a subject. I don't know. It's generalist gaming, not institutionalist gaming, basically. 0 institution, but 36 literacy? Is that from all the social mobility decrees? Yes. It's because we're social mobility decreeing everywhere. I think maybe not in Alrif anymore. But that is what done it. The Industrialists, unfortunately, are very upset with us. They're trying to write a very sternly worded letter, and they have a lot of clout. So 84 is really spooky because they will accumulate more radicals as well. If only we could actually get some colonization from this, huh? That would have been nice. Right? That's kind of the idea behind Zanzibar, but, Marius Muller Westerhagen. Thank you for the follow, big nice. No institutions, tiny country, and not enough money to afford construction sector, maybe? Yeah, that would have to be, like, the exact circumstance, but then you wouldn't be able to afford, like, an administration center, right? Either. So I don't know how that quite works. Is road maintenance worth it when you have railroads? We're doing it for the construction speed. And at this point, like, we're just floating a huge amount of negative, oppo approval anyways. Like, if we remove the road maintenance, it wouldn't do anything. But it's not for the infrastructure. It was never for the infrastructure. I didn't know Ethiopia removed the acceptance spot. That's kind of stupid. It only does, I think, if you as Harar specifically. But also, you don't really get much from forming Ethiopia anyway, so it's like you just kind of shrug your shoulders. I think we'll incorporate this. 5 years. That's right. We have 5-year corporations. Could go after Jabal Shamar, to be honest. Except we can't. Zulu and Transvaal are very likely to join. I think we're okay with that. For us. I hate when nation formation removes accepted pops. I think it's a little stupid, yeah. They should let cultures stack when forming, kind of how you keep ideas at EU4 for forming nations. You used to be able to do, like, if Toy is in here, he can mention it. I can't remember if it was him or Carnia, but they would do, like, Irish India. Because there was a way to, like, culture swap with revolutions specifically if you timed them right. What's your favorite backwards country run? I don't know, probably China. China's interesting. You got a lot of power level. We're gonna do a Japan run here soon, but one day. I hate not being European. Is this what it's like? The 21-year incorporation is what I'm referring to. I think we're gonna build... Oh, my Kingdom for Philosophy department, to be honest. Mainly because I just want the additional 5% qualifications on the level 1 universities. But that was kind of my thinking at the time, but now we're just like so close to finishing it, it doesn't make much sense to do anything other than finish it. If we put in this, 6.9, nice. It'll take us over 25. I think we're just going to do to them what we're doing to Transvaal, which is we're just going to take them in 2 wars. We will have to go after Egypt at some point. Egypt's already kind of been diced up though, huh? A knife in the back? Not like this. Cool, 86 is getting close to the threshold. The critical threshold is 91. There's some events that give like 20%. Oh, now it's 89. God damn it. Well, we used our one time and we didn't pass the law, so I think we're allowed to use our one time again. But 89 is kind of the critical threshold. After 90%, there's a ton of events that give plus 10% progress. There's only like one event that gives plus 20 or something, and it's really rare, so... Should've gone for war reps too, but I guess we'll just push this out. Maybe we have to suppress the Industrialists now. I mean, we don't need as many consumption taxes. And we're gonna get schools soon. And we don't really need the road maintenance. Alright. Get rid of this one and this one. The tax the lower rung pops. And this will give a whole bunch of extra approval to the Industrialists, so they might not be even revolutionary anyway. Yeah, they stop being revolutionary. Cool. And we're losing a bunch of money, but okay. Fair enough. You got us. It's not like we were planning on running those edicts for forever, and also, as we incorporate more states, the edicts for specifically promote social mobility get a lot worse, so... We're starting to incorporate some more of these states, too. This is maybe okay. I think we were still paying low wages. We're gonna up them back up. God, we're just taxing super regressively. Let's maybe do a little bit different on that. Okay, opium's semi-regressive because it also is a luxury thing. We enforce on your Aranya, fantastic. Now we're gonna... Why is it 10 infamy, bro? Leave this idiot in charge. I forgot to slot him out. My kingdom for a cautious man. My kingdom for a cautious man. Let's get health insurance through though. And then I think no migration controls, or next we're gonna want the Industrialists in government, so we're probably gonna end up doing this. And this guy's imperious. Minus decree cost is quite nice. British Republic conquer Moroccan Bambour. Wait, where's Bambour? I think we maybe are just supposed to say, yeah, dog, you can take that. Is that even giving us an interest in the region? It's not. This will be one of the first times I've ever done this interaction, but this is effectively not really worth anything to us. In fact, it might even form like a separatist movement. It has one opium plantation, that's all it can have. I think we'll say yeah. And we also get a truce. I hate that we have an anti-British association now, though. That's kind of obnoxious. But normally we hate giving stuff up. That's not even that bad, though. Oh, we have so much bureaucracy. What the frick? That's super not ideal. But this is only 6.7%, 6.3 construction efficiency. Generalist, can you tell me why I built out Morocco when you in Algeria in out have build Morocco play out in Morocco? Wait, what? I'm not sure I can tell you why, because I'm not sure what you're saying. Oh, it's rationalist? Yeah, you're just trolling me. Generalist, can you tell me why you build out Morocco when you in Algeria in out have build Morocco play out in Morocco? True. I agree. Welcome to the stream, my friend. Very sneaky using the generic profile pic. We could go company to get access to a company, but that just feels bad, huh? I think we're gonna slingshot dynamite and steam donkey into pump jacks. We have a movement for guaranteed liberties, but we don't have a lot of clout for it. I think we're gonna do this. And go colonial resettlement. Well, we could use the armed forces for it too. The armed forces are in as well. Perfect. Truth big. Maybe we were supposed to take them earlier because this was only 5 infamy earlier and just go over the cap. You do want to wipe them out though. Feels dank, man. True. Anti-British on Aliva's side as a minor nation, also true. Rationalist gaming, basically. It's when you, it's why you build out Morocco when you in Algeria in out have build Morocco play out in Morocco. Very simple, you guys. Thank you for the Prime subscription, xbenji132. Also, thank you for the follow, Rationalist. You have a updated like profile pic on YouTube, right? Big nice. 2 months or 3 months Prime from xbenji. If you have Prime, subscribing is free. It's not really free. The opportunity cost is you can't give your Prime subscription to another content creator. So it's definitely not free. We're here about evaluating resources. This is what we're here doing. We have some skirmish infantry. That's not allowed. We kind of want to research skirmish, to be honest. Cape Colony wants us to support their independence. I don't think so, my guy. What's your attitude here? They are the most likely to actually help us out against Russia. We do have a couple claims as Morocco in some of this territory, and I think there's at least one gold mine here. I'm not sure if we have claims here. We might. This has a ton of sulfur, so we should be able to colonize. Probably gonna go another half hour-ish. War with Transvaal has broken out. It should be a quick one. Full occupy, annex, the boot. We done. Who's France's rivals? Great Britain, Prussia, USA. I don't think we have good relations with Prussia, so we can try and get that. I think we can protectorate them, or tributary them. 16 infamy only. Except they basically don't have any of their good states. But this would give us the type of Maghreb like shape we're looking for, so maybe that's okay. We should get this through. Gojam is trying to form Ethiopia. I feel like they should be a little bit more willing to become subjects, but honestly, after the overall trajectory of the way things have been, I don't mind. It's just if you're in an existential war, I think you should be more willing to give up the bag. Oh no, not my gumdrop buttons. Let's double check all of our PMs. That was because they revved. I just saw a wall of text after I repeatedly read Rationalist's comment. That was intentional nonsense, and now I'm scared to read the wall of text, to be honest. I'm terrified. Stupefied, even. How much you dabbled in the effects of privatization and negative balance? Your recent game is Prussia fighting Austria for leadership gave me around 3 to 4 million in credit. I did gain a lot of new land, and after a couple of years, with the constant minus 50k balance, I was 3 million in plus due to privatization. Do you notice any pattern? I was 3 million in plus due to privatization. Do you notice any pattern, or just look at government-owned buildings and bureaucracy and see how much buffer you got? So you're getting paid out from the investment pool, and they're buying buildings that you're constructing, assuming you're on laissez-faire, you're putting them up for privatization. We're not putting any buildings up for privatization, but we're still able to somewhat drain the investment pool. It definitely gives you so here's we should write this down as a note, because this is an important point. We have noticed it, is that our balance informs us a whole lot less because it's not telling us how much privatization is occurring, basically. You just get the money. And you prefer stuff to be privatized because it creates more economic activity when it's privatized, but it's not being shown to you in your balance, and so they're just paying you out money from the investment pool, and you're just not even noticing it. So the thing to do is to run a negative balance like way harder than you would otherwise if you have an investment pool that's like built up. But even if it's not built up, you'll still be transferring more money. You know, so yeah. Are there any mods you use when playing Vic 3? Not usually, but sometimes I play with massive overhaul mods. Like, one mod that I think is particularly good is the, what is it? The USA, I can't remember the name. It's the USA overhaul mod. I actually really like that a lot. I like Divergences a lot, but it, like, honestly doesn't feel updated. We had a bit of a frustrating experience with it last time we played. Like, it technically runs at 1.7, but, like, recognition seems a little bit screwy, or it is, like, not transparent that there's, like, an event blocking you from getting recognition as Australia specifically. Which was our experience that made us kind of frustrated. We go after Morocco. We do kind of want subjects, because there is vassalization. Egypt would be a fine subject. Especially if we want a nice Maghreb. I think Egypt's part of Maghreb, no? Yeah, so we would also annex part of Egypt when we form Maghreb. I think we're gonna exempt him from service as well here. Double check that our guy is not decreasing infamy. Okay, he's not. Well, Ethiopia is about to form. It's just also left. Basically. Maybe have a little bit too much construction. We have a ton of peasants in Yemen and Lorenco Marquez. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna put this on auto expand, and then Yemen. I'm gonna put this on auto expand, and we're gonna put this on auto expand. The mod hail Colombia? Yes, it is. Managing subjects as a minor nation is such a pain in the ass in 3. It's hard even as a great power. Subject liberty desire? A little bit, yeah. We only have one subject, so it's not too bad. I don't know why we could spread the word we have close borders. It's not gonna do anything. What's our abdication cooldown? 9 years. Having a little bit of a time here. I think we want a little bit less construction, but also we could probably build into what we have. Do you play Circassia? What localization is the spelling of that for Circassia? Circassia. Are you from there? Like, it's spelled differently in English, but what's your native language? Because I assume you're typing the spelling in your language. Well, like, Circassia is the only one who has an OP military buff, but, like, also... Ugh. We need to get bigger, better, faster, stronger. I mean, we might be able to just prevent them from landing us, to be honest, if we wanted to get free from Russia right now. The thing is, we just haven't been able to make use of actually siphoning off migrants from them because we haven't opened the borders, so... We have 11 million pops, so that's not an inconsequential amount of pops. I don't think we're going to get recognition too soon. I think we don't want to enter positive relations with France, but we want to get as close to plus 20 as possible. That way we have a lot of flexibility. We also put in a thing here so we could try and improve relations on Prussia. I think we're okay with the preserved colonial affairs getting a little bit more powerful. I think we're going to push this through either way without too much difficulty. I'm going to build some steel here and some tooling workshops. Although we don't have a lot of pops there. We really got to open our borders so our guys can move around. Russia is your country? Yeah, that makes sense with the spelling. We haven't played it. Yeah, the buff is really insane. And if you don't specifically conquer the territory you need in order to finish the journal entry, you just keep it for forever, so you're not supposed to conquer, I think. What are we drinking? We are drinking a giant jug of water with some Sonic drink mix mixed in. I think we threw out the little thing. But here's the, this is cherry limeade. Hopefully that's, you can kind of see it. That we'd mixed in. Still playing tall or having it rough? Well, we're not intentionally trying to play tall, but we have to pay a lot of infamy for stuff because we're unrecognized. So, things are a little bit rough. We're not as wide as we would like. I mean, if these guys are just minus 20 anyways, they're not minus 20, but we can maybe get them... If we can get them under 4% clout, they just kind of go away. So... I think we want the armed forces in a different union. No, not like this. What are you doing? Who's fighting? France subjugated Belgium. Not like this. This is kind of annoying. Just getting two separatist movements, but okay. We have to start auto-expanding more stuff. I think we're gonna... We just don't... The thing is, we don't want the government to be owning these buildings, but we also don't want our construction idle. So we want to, like, construct just enough. Wait, why are we part of this? Wait, we're not. Oh, and Zanj. Got it. Got it, got it, got it. This one's about to pop as well. Agitator appears. Let's take a look at him. He wants colonial exploitation. Bro, we're giving you the next best thing. The theoretical highest possible GDP is with Circassia, I think, because one of the options you get 5% throughput permanently. Just 5% throughput categorically on everything. Yeah, then Circassia into Turtle Island might be best. Is auto expand good? I've always found it floods your construction queue. You want to do it in a targeted way so that, well, so in theory, sweating super hard and calculating which building is going to be the marginally most profitable building with every single building you build is actually going to be most effective. but that's like not like reasonable. What you do is instead you do things based on like a consideration for local prices. So here we have sulfur, right? And so that means that we are going to produce a lot of sulfur. And if we take a look at sulfur, we will see that our price for sulfur is only -2 compared to the Russian price. If we didn't have any local consumption of sulfur, it would be significantly depressed and our sulfur mines would be less profitable. And so it's reasonable to auto-expand sulfur mines locally, and then auto-expand industries that use the sulfur, like explosives, paper, and fertilizer, all of which we have here. It's reasonable to have these kind of lumped together. Lead can be lumped with glass, because that's probably the biggest consumer of lead, although you do have some in ammunition and some of the kind of like later production methods, like I think radios or telephones also uses lead. And so having stuff together, like auto-expanding steel where you have a bunch of iron is probably going to not make too many errors. And in particular, certain industries that are just generally better, like the mines and the wood, auto-expanding all of it is not unreasonable. We don't have a lot of wood, so there's not much we could do in that regard. In fact, I think at this point our wood's probably been exhausted, kind of down here. Yeah, in our kind of main area. The support, I suppose we could sort by peasants and just add a couple here. But, yeah. Johnny General, I think you should add a Twitch redeem for naming a formation. That'd be awesome. Naming a formation? What do you mean? Oh, like one of these? Bro, people would be unhinged. I guess I could just, if someone does an unreasonable one, I could just say no. But I feel bad when I offer something up and then I say no. But maybe I just shouldn't. People would like come in and just like troll the shit out of me, I feel like. They'd be like, I want to name it the Wagner Group, and I'm like, I'm not gonna have the Wagner Group like running around Africa. You could just refund the redeem, so it's chill. Yeah. Well, I never said anything about refunding. I'm like mostly joking there, but like, yeah, I guess I could do that. I probably should do stuff like that. I'm gonna make a list of like a bunch of things I can do to try and improve like the content stuff. Because I think I could do this a lot better, and I think that I need to, or I just need to do something else. Like, in terms of, like, categorically, like, not make YouTube videos. Can we? Maybe the power block statue at this point will be good. The thing is, we're gonna make our own power block at some point. Just feels super bad. I do think we have gold mines to be built here still. Make it 5k points or some such. Yeah. Wagner sucks with the chicken coup. Well, I mean, I didn't exactly like Wagner before the coup, but we don't necessarily have to get, yeah. My stance on the Ukraine-Russia conflict has been made pretty clear through various streams, I think, which is that I think it's terrible that Ukraine's getting invaded. But, as you said earlier, you're from Russia, so you might be from a different opinion. But that's where I'm operating from. And so if, like, people want to, like, know that I feel strongly about that, and then want to come in and make me name stuff, that names I don't want to do, yeah, I guess I could just tell them that no. I hate that we own every gold mine, man. I guess it's not that big a deal, we just want to get them built. A lot of people in Russia are against the war as well. That's true, but like most of the people who've come onto my stream and said that they are from Russia have not actually been against the war. And so I think that the characterization that most of the Russian people are against it, or this type of thing. Putin's extremely popular in Russia, and I think that Western media represents it like Putin's not popular in Russia, which I just don't think is accurate. And I think that Western media generally has a distaste for him, and they project that onto the Russian people, which is like it doesn't necessarily like follow. Yeah, and don't refund for trolling. That's kind of what I was thinking, is if I feel like someone's trying to troll me, I'm just not going to refund them. Unless they're trolling me with, like, donos or something. Then I really should refund them. Like, if someone sends a bunch of PayPal donos for $1, the idea is that you are concerned that they might charge them back. If they charge them back, you actually have to pay a penalty. Not like this. Can we make a legitimate government? We can with just the armed forces in there, so we can just do this. Engineer giving us some 5 construction. To be fair, at our current level of construction, that's actually not a bad stimulus, so... See, 134, or 135 up to 140. What do I think about Russia being invaded by Ukraine? I think that, it's, like, clear and classic imperialism. Actually, I think we do want the Industrialists in at the same time here. I think that the last country that... I mean, I have a lot of thoughts on it. Most of my thoughts are on specifically Putin, not, like, I don't want to project towards the rest of, like, Russia or the Russian people. I don't know if you're qualified to, like, really talk about, them in, like, some sort of, broad way. Although I've read books on it. But I think that Putin is, like, running a kleptocracy over there, where it's a government that's kind of just looted the country, and doing so kind of following Yeltsin, where Yeltsin, like, also, when the country was getting privatized, following the fall of the Soviet Union, there was intense amounts of, like, corruption, and billionaires were coming out of nowhere because the government-owned industries were starting to become owned by people, and that process generally creates a lot of corruption. It did in China, but China was, like, super slow and measured with it, and kind of transferred out from being, like, a communist country much better than Russia did. And so, like, following the corruption of Yeltsin, a lot of people felt that Putin was fixing things, but the truth is that oil going from, like, $10 a barrel to, like, $100 a barrel is, like, why the Russian economy had an enormous come-up under Putin, more so than, like, Putin getting rid of corruption, and, like, wait 1 sec, let's find something reasonable to pass and we can keep talking. Try to do this, but like in various instances, Putin has just showed a complete disregard for, like, his own people. But regarding the corruption, like, I forget the name of the guy, but this guy who owned, I think it's Yuri something, who owned a massive media company that was critical of Putin, like, Putin just seized all the assets and then distributed it to his friends. And this type of thing has happened multiple times. He assassinates, political opposition. Boris Nemtsov, for example, was assassinated right outside the Kremlin, And then just a few hours after the assassination, Putin declared that the investigation was over, and it was like provocateurs that were trying to frame Putin for, you know, assassinating the opposition leader. So, like, bro, you know, in theory that's, like, possible, but, like, come on there. And then the bigger part is that I don't think he has, like, what's best for Russia in mind, and that would, even if he was, like, monstrous, but he had, like, what was best for Russia in mind, I would have a much different opinion about him, because, like, he's doing what he thinks is best for his country, but I think he only cares about himself and his legacy and the story he tells himself, about himself, and that he's, like, sociopathic, or, like, the Beslan school hostage crisis, where there was a bunch of kids being held by Chechen terrorists in a gymnasium. You could call them separatists if you wanted to be more generous to them, but, like, okay, they're kidnapping a bunch of kids. What is this? Belgium's popping off here. With the assistance, got it. Yeah, that makes sense. You know, he, under his watch, like, the school was, like, firebombed. And, okay, you could blame it on the FSB, but they just launched incendiaries onto the roof of the school rather than negotiating to try and release, the children, or anything like this. And, like, I think over 100 kids died. That's actually maybe not even the worst thing. The like, worst is that, the FSB, and you can look this up, the apartment bombings, where it is, the evidence seems to very, very strongly suggest that the FSB was planting bombs in apartments, to bomb the Russian people to make it easier for Putin to win the election, after Yeltsin was getting, I can't remember if he was abdicated or getting pushed out or what exactly was happening. But that, like, first election, the FSB was bombing Russians and blaming it on Chechens. Hey Will, how's it going? I could accept your political tricks, but I draw the line at the flag occupation marker setting. Bro. Have you ever played as Japan and just made polka dots everywhere? It's fantastic. Although, if you wanted to, like, oh wait. We're losing this war, huh? Because we didn't... Are you just perma-defeated, my guy? I hate this, thing. So what ends up happening is... it's in a foreign, yeah. They're not domestic. Where the fleet is, they're in Austria's fleet, and so they can't actually repair there, and so they've just been sitting there for forever. We have to do this to gain access to it again. It's kind of fun though. It's hard to hear about kids dying in schools without remembering what is going on in Palestine right now. Is there any difference between Putin's attitude and Israeli? I'm not sure exactly what you're asking. I think that there's a substantive difference in that Putin is engaging in these actions against Russian people, right? So it's not born out of a nationalism and a concern for his own people. Whereas you could say that Israel's, like, gross indifference towards Palestinian life is born out of, like, a nationalistic sentiment for the people of Israel. Like, you can make that argument. I don't think it's incoherent. Oh no, preserve closed borders is just too strong. Let's come off of it. Why don't we could just make migration controls, bro. We won't be able to siphon off Russian pops like that, though. We'll just go public schools. Try and pass something with a little bit less friction. And we really want public schools anyways. So many people are trying to get support independence. It's mutual, it goes both ways. Important to note. Yeah. I think we're supposed to build a port here. When are you pushing France for the rest of Maghreb? That's gonna be like a while. We're so not close to being that strong. We're just trying to like get stronger. That's like why we went for like really efficient, or trying to go for efficient plays. I think we were going to go for Egypt sometime soon, so we could tributary him. Wow, Turkey joins. We just conquer this and then go for Egypt? Can we release Syria? Or do we have positive relations with these guys and that's why we can't? We do. We have cordial. And they're belligerent. Classic combo. The cordial belligerent. I mean, we want to go for Congo. It's going to help us colonize later. I think let's do it. Got a good recommendation for a fun country to play? Depends what you're looking for. Hey, Sayuza, thank you for the raid. Qual, thank you for the follow. Big nice. How's it going? How was your stream? If you're still here, you're probably using the bathroom. That's like, bro, they're like, second I raid, I'm like, if they say something, I'll maybe respond, but then we're out to eat something and use the bathroom. So, shout out to Sayuza's bathroom. We could take this little snippet back so we don't have to deal with the Shadowrun bug anymore, but I don't think Portugal has any of this incorporated, right? Or is it? So we don't want to go for war reps unless we can take something that's incorporated, but it looks like we maybe can't. And then let's have this Moroccan army kind of stay at home to defend against landings, which I think should be more than able to. We think we should be fine on this front. I think I might be the only Moroccan who plays Paradox games. I feel like there's more than just one. I mean, there's a very popular Tunisian who plays Paradox games. I know that Tunisia is not Morocco, but I'm just regionally similar plays. Did you see the Australian female breakdancer at the Olympics? Hilarious. I did not. I saw some of the breakdancing at the Olympics. As an event, I don't really like breakdancing that much. I really like events that showcase raw athleticism. Like, did you guys see Lasha Talahasi's 270 kilo clean and jerk? Bro. So peak. Tunis and Morocco are the same thing, says chat, not like this. We need to start saying Balkans are, all the Balkan countries are the same country. Nothing upsets people more from the Balkans than confusing one Balkan state with another. This is a funny little play, huh? Because neither of these GPs can actually get there. That's cute. Very cute. Very cute. I think this is free. This last one's free. Oh, no, wait. Progress 1 or less throughput and 10% chance. I think we'd rather just progress 1. Did they change that event? I thought that event used to just give you some percentage chance or whatever. Alright, we'll take this. This is way better for us. We'll pass it a little bit slower, but that's fine. The Balkans have existed for hundreds of years, and yet no difference has been found between Serbs and Albanians. Very curious. Yeah, that's how you do it. That's how you provoke the Serbs and Albanians. Need dating advice. A girl out seeing me asked what your favorite Olympic lift is. Should I reply with the clean and jerk? Well, you only have 2 options, right? The clean and jerk or the snatch. I would just respond with whichever one is actually your favorite. My personal favorite is the snatch. You could get fancy. You could say the clean and then a squat jerk. I would definitely say whichever one's your actual favorite, though. More interesting one might be who's your favorite lifter. Is this really what's going on right now? How big is their landing squad? The 15 can really land into this? Brother, what's that? What's that about? Alright, well, hopefully these guys can get there in time to defend. I mean, I think we have force on them relatively quick. I don't think Portugal has a war goal on us, right? Yeah, so this should be over quickly, actually. Pastures, 1991. Thank you for the follow. Big nice. Damn generalist, I didn't know you were freaky like that. Yeah. We could, yeah, you definitely get to make sex jokes about the clean and jerk and the snatch. Everyone loves a good snatch. No, not like this. No. No. This is really not gonna affect things very much. We're just gonna get a little bit of devastation. But these guys are gonna get enforced on pretty quick, so. Much faster than ours. Us. Yep. There's the war. We didn't have anything on Portugal. E. Nice, nice, nice. IQ is kind of keeping up a little bit. We maybe want to add a little bit more. Add some of that stuff. To be fair, we kind of want to increase public school capacity pretty quickly once we get it. So let's maybe do something like this. And then let's build a railway for Fez in Inner Morocco. And that'll be our queue for a little while. Oh. Ah, we misplayed. Not like this. We were supposed to swap off that once it had a lot of its progression. That's not the worst, though, getting dynamite really early. That's not what we wanted, but it's not, like, the worst. It's not the worst. Since we got some colonization going, let's do that. We wanted to... Alright, just to explain what we were doing. So the cost here is more expensive because we have to pay more for this ahead of time penalty. We wanted to research just 12,500. That way we would have the base cost, because when you lose the ahead of time penalty, it doesn't proportionally decrease the your progress. It just decreases the ahead of time penalty. So once you have 12,500, if you just sit on that and then eventually lose the ahead of time penalty, then you'll just research it instantly, or in 1 week. So what we were going to do is we were going to do 12,500 in Dynamite, 12,500 in Steam Donkey, and then finish the rest of the text through, and then get pump jacks kind of quickly. But we're not going to do that now because we messed up. But also us getting this a little bit earlier when we do have a pretty large percentage of our economy in gold, really not too big a deal. Because we do want to get mine collapses and this type of stuff. We specifically have Free Stat, which has a whole bunch of what is it? They have a whole bunch of mining fields, and we would prefer mining mines or gold mines rather than gold fields. So, and we get to use a bunch of PMs. We're still mostly mines. We really have like very little wood. So we are disproportionately more mine heavy than kind of an average run as well. So, but specifically the dynamite helps these to get turned into these. Although I guess a lot of them are turned into those already, huh? Let's put these on auto expand. Let's put these on auto expand. They are gonna have qualifications issue. We also have problems with not having enough migration. I think we'll just take the 8% chance. We're not getting a whole lot, but yeah. Lasha, 270 kilos is like close to 600 pounds. It's like 580 something pounds, I think. I don't have my phone on me, otherwise I do. So a kilo, I mean, once you actually get up there, it does make a little bit of a difference, but a kilo is roughly 2.2 pounds, so I think it was 270 kilos that he hit. So that's a 594 pound jerk. I think it's actually like 595. That's so fucking heavy. I was actually thinking about making a video about it on my other channel. But like, he like, his second attempt on the snatch was already the gold medal snatch. Like, he was locked in for gold, I think. Oh, no, wait, no, I'm thinking of a different Lasha competition. I actually haven't watched the video over yet. I was looking for it online for being able to see the Olympic competition, but I haven't found it yet, so I haven't watched. I've seen the 270 clean and jerk. It looked hard for him, but it's also like 600 pounds overhead. Feels bad, man, when a man can lift overhead, how much you can just like clean and jerk, and you like have been lifting over a decade. Sorry if I missed your reply I asked earlier. Is labor-saving PMs worth it when you're running out of pops, or are other considerations? Mech looms are more profitable for me, but boilers are like never. There are other considerations. Some of them are so efficient it doesn't make that much sense to not use, and specifically, mech looms is one of the really, really efficient ones. So I don't think we ever don't turn on mech looms, because mech looms also create buy orders for tools, which are a really efficient industry. So creating buy orders for tools is really good. It used to be the case that, here, let's show it. Do we not have we certainly, okay. So this is one of the most efficient PMs in the game. It used to be the case that simple tools farming was like the actual most efficient, and even if you had unemployment, like you literally would need unemployment for it not to make sense to do, because you wouldn't mind people being peasants or them being sent out to be peasants at this like efficiency level. But mech looms, like, it doesn't make sense if you have unemployment, basically, to use any labor-saving PM. You probably shouldn't. But mech looms, if you don't have unemployment and you have peasants, it kind of makes sense. It will also help to make your pops... sometimes you can make... if you are passing money, effectively, to... like more middling rung pops instead of upper class, which sometimes labor-saving PMs do because they make less money, but they create like economic stimulus in other ways. Then, could kind of be worth it. You can think of it from buy orders perspective too. There's another point I wanted to make, but I forgot. You have 2 channels? I have 3 channels, bro. What's your bench, bro? Like, 345 is my best. I couldn't do that right now because my collarbone is, like, hurt, I think. Or something's fucked up. So, right now, I would probably just bench with one arm and hit, like, 150 or something. I probably can't one-arm bench 150, actually. I don't really know. I've never tried to one-arm bench really heavy. I could probably throw up 300 injured, but that would hurt really bad. But yeah, I have, if you're on the YouTube, you can check the description. I have 3 channels. I have an ideas channel, a lifting channel, and this channel. This one's the one that, like, kind of does good, though. So the other ones aren't as big. And so the other ones I'm a lot more... I upload a lot less frequently. I think I'm going to try and do a weightlifting video today, though. I have, like, some old videos of, working out that I never uploaded. So, I think I could do that. I think we want to try and do that, record a run to record the start of the Finland run, which might be the last run that we do like that. I'm still considering if I want to try and update the way we're doing things. In which case we might switch from doing, like, 7 to 10 Victoria 3 videos a week to, like, 1 or 2. That's some serious strength. Yeah, I'm pretty strong. It's very likely that I'm the strongest Victoria 3 player in terms of physical strength. But, like, also, like, if you compare me to, like, strength athletes, I'm not that strong. Like, it depends what your frame of reference is. Like, Lasha is way stronger than me. I can clean and jerk, like, 315 is my best. Although, technically, in terms of technical skill, I'm not very good at the clean and jerk. But Lasha can do 600 pounds, so that's, like... But I'm also over, like, twice as strong as the average man. Ethiopia is formed, and they're going for Asa. Russia has intervened. Yeah, so hopefully we can upgrade our thing pretty quick. We could get support regime. We would prefer knowledge sharing, to be honest. And it looks like they accept that, which actually is pretty nice for us. And support regime would be nice too. We're only at 30. I think we're gonna leave. I don't think we're gonna improve or damage relations there. Josh Norton is available. We're not passing the law right now. What are we doing? Well, there's so many laws we need to pass. What are we doing with ourselves? Let's get on to professional army. That's insane, like 3.5 plates. A little bit less than 3.5. 315 is 3 plates. So it's 3 plates, a 10, and a 5, right? Trains body in the gym and the mind in victory. Exactly, that's the idea. The generalist portion is not referring to all the different games I play. It's referring to the fact that, like, I lift weights and read books and stuff like that. You may be stronger than the average man, but no man can surpass the Bloat Lord Kyriakis Grizzly. Exactly. I'm not gonna be shrugging, you know... What is it? Zercher shrugging like 800 pounds. Yeah. see. There's like a meme video. It's just like so fucking funny. That's not demonetized, I think, though. But I'll find it and I'll post it in the Discord. In the like lifting section. What's the trade-off between cooperative ownership and command economy? Well, command economy just blows. So command economy, the whole idea is that it gives you a lot of government dividend efficiency. Did they change the numbers on that? Everything's government dividends, though. I think the base number for government dividend efficiency is 25%. This brings it up to 65%. I think there's 2 texts that get it to up 5% to 75%. And then Afghanistan specifically gets a bonus with one of their events that could bring up to 80, or maybe it's that you can get it to 70 and they can do 75%. Whatever it is, this means that for the positive balance of the building, the government will be getting 75% of that, and then 25% of it gets annihilated. The fact that it's annihilating money actually super depresses your economy, and it's just really bad. And command economy, while way better than 1.6, because command economy in 1.6 deleted even more money, up to 70% of the money, depending on the size of your GDP. Command economy still blows. But the government owns everything. The 25% authority, I suppose, is something. But cooperative ownership is like the complete opposite, where all government ownership goes away and the buildings are instead owned by the people. And this includes foreign ownership. So you actually can't foreign-owned buildings. They will eventually just swap to being locally owned, and then they will be purchased locally in the other country. So you can't engage in foreign ownership, which is kind of obnoxious. It also means that if you were on laissez-faire and your capital is built in your subject country and then you switch to cooperative ownership, they're going to give back all the buildings, which is like a bit of a vibe. But at the same time, zero money gets annihilated under cooperative ownership. Instead, it is paid out to the workers who work there. And so economically speaking, if you're going for a GDP max strategy, you probably want to be on laissez-faire, you probably want to be on cooperative ownership. Although in theory you're world conquesting at the same time, so it's the cooperative ownership world conquest. I don't really know how to evaluate the fact that I don't know what proportion of your buildings your auto queue under laissez-faire is going to build in your subjects. The higher the proportion is, the worse the eventual swap to cooperative ownership is. And so it's maybe the case that you want to decide at the start, well, even under interventionism they can build abroad. You just it's really bad that they slowly lose ownership in foreign places, and you don't get any compensation for it. It's not like they have to pay out for it. So, and we need to make a video on this, but benefits of high SOL, what does it give you though? It gives you more pop growth. It also gives you more literacy. So kind of all the benefits you get from more pops and more literate pops. Green screen in you playing in traffic for all the vroom vrooms. Bro, we need to make a compilation of Loud Car Outside. When would one go cooperative ownership? When no pops and you want migration from high SOL. That's like one reason to do it. Kind of the more practical reason is that if your investment pool has accumulated so much money you can't possibly empty it. And this happens really, I think, quite late. I think you have to get over 4 or 5 billion GDP-ish. At that point, swapping off of laissez-faire is better. Or you can start, deciding to push 50,000, 100,000, 150,000 construction. So, yeah. So you want to own everything? No, you want to own nothing. You want the government to own 0 things. Does it increase GDP? So it's mainly that you will get to leverage the investment pool completely under Council Republic, whereas it could start overflowing under laissez-faire. But let's take a look here. Does it increase your GDP? It increases your GDP in a way that's like kind of a little bit roundabout, because under cooperative ownership what will happen is it will not increase your GDP immediately. It will increase your GDP over time, depending on what the split good situation is in regard to your luxury goods and what the prices look like. And so what will happen is your pops will start gaining SOL, or sorry, they'll start gaining wealth level. And the average wealth level here is 9.5. As they go up to like 10.5, they will buy a bigger basket of goods and create more buy orders in the market. And more buy orders in the market will raise prices, increase the profitability of buildings, and also increase GDP. So it will increase GDP, but at the same time, it will decrease the buy orders from the upper strata, so it won't like directly, like, eventually it's a wash. Initially, your GDP might actually lower when you are on it, because these guys have yet to, well, it depends on the situation in your mixed goods. Because the buy orders, the buy baskets will suddenly change very dramatically with the mixed goods, and so if you have really cheap luxury goods, it's actually better to be on laissez-faire, because you want to increase the consumption of luxury goods, and if you have really cheap the other stuff, it's better to be on cooperative ownership. But at a certain point, they start all consuming luxury goods, and then this eventually makes the furniture stuff less profitable. And so it depends on your situation and your SOL. I imagine that if you theoretically could drain the investment pool, like laissez-faire would be better for maximizing GDP, but you like tend to have a bit of a problem. LF should be unlocked later in the game as a level 3 tech. Now it's literally often possible for interventionism. That may be reasonable. Putting laissez-faire behind stock exchange, actually it might be behind stock exchange, is it? No, it's not. I wouldn't mind putting it behind stock exchange even. Which means a lot of countries would not be able to do it. God damn it, dude. What is this? Every time. So, what the? Russia's popping off. Russia's actually going to be in better shape because we're a part of them. Wage subsidies. Is this the second level? Yeah. We wouldn't mind passing wage subsidies. I don't think we're going to. I don't think it's a high priority, though. What's our abdication cooldown look like? It should be about... okay. Only 4 more years. That's pretty good. We can't go to a higher ranking. That's unfortunate. Turkey's so strong, man. Alright, we can stop damaging relations. If we were to liberate country from them and go for Syria, let's say, who might help us? Not Turkey. Definitely not Russia. Russia might help us if we swayed something for it. Busting up Turkey is definitely something we want to do. Were you ever able to populate Trusha states in Nejd for oil to actually be worth conquering? For me, it's basically useless unless I'm China, India. Usually we can make use of at least some levels of it. Technically, if you micro like kind of hard. Like if you have like a port, it should be the oil port, and if you have a railway, it should be the oil railway, and you should like max out the labor saving PMs everywhere. Yeah, I mean, we've gotten it done. I don't know, I'm not sure if I've ever had trucial states, the entire state, with all 80 oil being fully exploited with all the labor. I'm trying to think. The migration does go a little bit of a long way, but I think we're actually running out of labor in some places, so we could probably do that. If I recall correctly. Britain's looking very strong this run. I just don't know how we get free. Well, I know how we get free from Russia, but I don't. It really feels like we're just trying to get stronger, but we have like no kind of concrete plan right now for doing Maghreb. I think that's probably the correct way to play. It just feels bad. It feels like we're not doing anything. Well, we love it when the authoritarian resigns. But we hate it when another replaces him. If he gets under 4, I think we can slot him out, and then they will disappear. Oh, our trade unions are up. That's so nice for us. I'm having trouble really scaling up economy in the later stages of the game. Any tips? You using a lot of auto expand? Depends what if your question is mechanically executing or like strategically executing. Just keep expanding construction is kind of the strategic one. I mean, it's a bit more than that, but that's like the biggest thing, and it's like not close. Construction's insanely valuable. Do we have enough to increase our institution? We definitely want to max out education here. If we can. We could use some of the other institutions as well, so this will be fine for us. A bit of both. Yeah, so the most valuable thing you can do is like play nice with the GPs, get trade agreements with them, have them like you, and then eventually get a bankroll from them. And if they ever bankroll you, you just max taxes and you blast super hard on construction, and you become like very, very, very strong very quickly. Just conquer African states like Sokoto. I mean, yeah, I would also recommend going after South Africa. I don't think I necessarily would like Sokoto. We can return state. Hell yeah, brother. We'll just send the Arabia army down. I hope we didn't declare that with a guy who makes it cost more infamy. No, we didn't. Poor Ethiopia. So young, sweet prince. Feels like I'm not really earning enough money to keep expanding construction without getting a ton of debt. Well, you maybe, you don't want to have debt if you're not recognized as great power, or you don't want to push it super hard. Deficit spending is also a lot better under laissez-faire, so you have to be a GP and have a laissez-faire for it to feel really good. It also depends what you mean by late game, but after you've exhausted all the resources, economic activity does slow down. If you're running out of pops, economic growth slows down a lot in terms of how valuable the construction is, and that could also be your problem. And so going out of your way to secure pops earlier in the game would also help out a lot. I think after this war, we're going to call it. We went quite a bit longer than, or we went like a half hour longer than I had planned. For the standard South Africa conquest there, do you usually hold Transvaal yourself if you don't accept the culture, or do you feed Zulu or someone? Well, you need to hold it whoever holds it gets the minting. The really valuable thing is the minting. So we're getting a 10 plus 10k to our balance from this. So yeah, you definitely want to hold it yourself. It's not the case that the owner of the building, or wherever the ownership of the building is, gets the minting. Whoever owns the building gets the minting. Like, whichever country has the state gets the minting. And this is after it was even nerfed by a third, but minting is just so obscene that, like, you can't not, yeah, you just have to, do it. How come they were able to colonize inner Morocco? I thought we had a claim there. Did they make us revoke a claim in the war we lost against them? God, that sucks if that's what happened. I was gonna say, we don't have skirmish. I was gonna say, if we don't have skirmish now, we're gonna research it. We'll just do that. That's a little bit less efficient than slingshotting it, but we keep messing up the slingshot because we forget what we're doing. Big up around a amount of construction that we maybe want to push to EOS. Let's build at least another. Yeah, let's build up to EOS here. Good times when Transwall gives 40k income, basically. Yeah, also true. French get a claim after they finish the Algeria JE. I think they have claims on all of Morocco besides Al Rif. Oh, that makes sense. RIP. That's frustrating. Enact cultural exclusion. Bro, what do we have now? Wait, we have who agitating for this? The reformer landowner. I think cultural exclusions is just the... I don't think it changes who we accept. I think we accept all of our pops that we accept under racial segregation, so this wouldn't make us get more guys, but... the fact that we're popping a movement right now is not necessarily a good thing. I think we'll just pass this for the loyalists. Other laws we need to pass, although we've maybe been messing up a little bit. Where's our army? Did we not assign them? We did not assign them. That is a silly mistake. The Shadow Realm army, what are you doing in the Congo? You belong in the Shadow Realm. Yeah, we don't mind the Republican Armed Forces guy. I don't know what he's gonna agitate for. We don't mind it. Well, we might mind it. Kinda don't like the anti-British association, so we'd rather disband. There we go. Perfect. They've gotten a lot of free construction down here too, and they do have gold, please. Gold, please. So we'll lay that down on auto expand. But yeah, I think we're gonna call it a stream. Let's see if we have anyone on Twitch who we want to raid. Go to our homepage here. Back to Twitch. Is anyone playing... Let's see what the Vic 3 category looks like. No, I don't want to search for a streamer named Victoria. Please, not like this. We have Hammurabi. I don't know who that is, but they're playing multiplayer. And they got quite a few viewers, so why don't we raid them? That'll be nice. We will also link it for the YouTubers, in case you wanted to check them out. They're a bit bigger than most of the people we raid, so I assume the quality of content's higher, but I also don't know that much about them. So, we will create that. We will also link it to the YouTubers, and we will bid you adieu, farewell, Godspeed, have a happy Sunday, and also good night. Bye-bye now.